What's your last name?
Derek Hanley.
That's your mother?
Yes.
And who is the gentleman with her?
Stepfather.
Okay. Are you part of this action?
Yes.
Great. And this is your girlfriend?
Right.
You have a child together?
Yes.
Who's 5 years old?
Yes.
What were you doing living with your mother and your stepfather?
Well, what happened was they had,
Just listen to me.
Oh, okay, sure.
Wait, no. You're going to tell him. There's only one attitude here, that's mine. You're going to tell me why you and your girlfriend with a 5-year-old child were living with your mother and stepfather when you went to live there, month and year. You're going to tell me that.
Okay. It was probably about 10 years ago, I would say.
No.
10 years ago?
No, just recently.
Try not to speak to each other. You've been living with your mother and your stepfather for 10 years.
No, it started off 10 years ago.
What started off?
Where I was living with them at a duplex house.
How long have you two been together? How long have you been living with your mother and your stepfather in the current residence before you got evicted?
We didn't get evicted, but...
6 months.
Just a shh. Did you just say to me we didn't get evicted?
Right.
Okay, good. So we didn't get evicted. You left on your own?
No.
How did you leave?
There was a false restraining order on us.
So you left because your mother and your stepfather got a restraining order against you?
A false restraining order, yes.
Okay. Now, when you were living with them, how much rent were you paying?
We started off probably...
No, not started.
Okay.
At the time that they got this restraining order and you were tossed out of the house, how long had you been living with them in the current residence?
Probably only 4 months.
Did you move there from the duplex?
Nope, from another place where we had our own.
So you had your own place?
A couple times.
So after the duplex, you were on your own for a while?
Right.
You, your girlfriend, and your daughter?
Right.
And then 4 months ago, you moved in with your mother and your stepfather?
Right.
Now, we're going to go back to the original question, why? It had to be for your economics.
Right.
Okay, because you needed a place to stay and you couldn't afford it.
No.
Well, otherwise, people usually don't go home to their mothers and stepfathers
Right.
if they can afford their own place. You know, it's like the migratory pattern of Jews. They go from New York to Florida. They never go back. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Good. So you don't go home to live. Is there something wrong with you? You don't go home to live with your mom unless you have to because of economics. So you were living on your own, the two of you, with your daughter, where?
In another town, a couple towns over. But
In
it
an
was
apartment?
Just no, it was just a small bedroom.
So you were renting a room?
Right.
Were you working?
Yes.
Was your girlfriend working?
Yes.
So why did you move with your mother and stepfather?
Well, she has a third floor that's completely redone. It's got 15-foot ceilings. There's a bathroom. My daughter has her own bedroom. It's really nice. It was empty. It's been empty for the whole time we weren't there. She said, come back there. You know,
She said come back?
Yes.
Because it was much nicer than
It
where
was
you were
much
living.
nicer, right, yeah.
Okay, so she was nice to you. She said come back.
Right.
Move in with us.
Right.
Okay. And you did. So you were renting a room. So you took whatever you were living in the room.
Right.
And you moved into the third floor in your mom's house.
Right.
And I'm waiting.
And what had happened was we had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Just a second. But you went back to try it again because you needed it, because you were living in one room with your daughter.
You could say that, right, yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Not I could say that. That's what you're going to say. It didn't work out before living with your mother and stepfather, so you moved out.
Right.
But things got a little cramped. You were trying to move back, and your daughter is 5. She was going to a school.
Right.
And it was a better school where your mom lives. That's what you said in your papers.
Sure.
Right? That's what you...
Right.
I remember
Yes.
reading about it.
Okay.
So now you moved in, and 4 months later, she had to get a restraining order against you, or at least asked for one, because she wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead. Okay? Tell me what happened.
What had happened was I had just got home from work a week prior. We had called the cops on them, actually.
So you called the police on your mother and stepfather.
Right.
Now, you're living in the house, not paying any rent.
No, I was paying rent.
How much?
I was paying $100 a week.
And you were up to date on your rent?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what you wrote in your complaint. She also wanted us to save our money so we could find a place near them. She told us to pay $100 per month and we could stay for 1 year. We agreed and moved in. She took our door off the hinges because she tried to collect $100 weekly instead of monthly. You just told me that the rent was $100 a week.
That's what yeah.
But not in your complaint. In your complaint, you said it was $100 a month.
There was supposed to be no rent. She told me that we could save money completely when we were going to move there.
Would you show him this, please, Officer Byrd? That's your signature.
Okay.
That's the girlfriend's signature.
Sure.
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yes.
So you came home from work and she told you she wanted the $100 a week instead of maybe $100 a month that you were giving them. And what happened?
Well, the week before, I said we had called the cops.
On them.
On them, right.
Because
she was just coming up there harassing us.
harassing you for what?
She just was.
Did she ask you for money?
No, she was just harassing us to do errands and stuff, as well as money, yes, as well as money, just a bunch of stuff. We just didn't want to be bothered. She was coming right up there, you know. She left us notes as well. We have them here while we were staying there. Just crazy notes. It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor. I know.
You're not stuck there like glue.
Right, exactly.
No, you weren't paying the rent.
We were only there 4 months.
You weren't paying the rent you were supposed to pay. According to you, you were supposed to, according to what you just told me now twice, because I asked you twice.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay $100 a week, and here you said $100 a month. She came upstairs, she was harassing you. One of the things she was harassing you about was rent and money. Okay, so you called the police on your mother.
Right.
And then?
And then they came and said, you have to go through the eviction order if you want them out.
And then?
They said, leave us alone. Then I went to work the next week, 5 o'clock at night. I came home. We're upstairs, minding our own business. A knock on the door. I was like, what's going on? So I went down. It was a marshal saying she had to leave right this instant. 2 days later, I get served saying that I hit her. I never touched her.
Good.
Ever.
Now, where are you living?
We're living at a studio place.
Nice. Away from your mother.
Away from her, exactly.
Away from you. Very good. If you don't like living with your mother, move out. How old are you?
Exactly.
How old are you?
37.
37. Time to be on your own.
Right.
With your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
It takes you a long time to make up your mind. What stuff do you claim your mother kept from you? Because if the marshal came, the marshal allowed you to take stuff with you, and you were only coming from a room. Do you remember you told me that? So now I'd like you to tell me what stuff that your mother disposed of or kept from you.
It was a room with an attic where I had a lot of stuff. But I have pictures here.
When the marshal told your girlfriend to leave, did she leave?
Yeah, she had no choice.
Did she take your daughter with her?
Yes.
Where did she go?
We had to go to a hotel.
And did you, after that date, do you remember what that date was?
I believe it was around,
5/16.
5/16.
After May 16th, pay careful attention,
I am.
did you ever go back to your mother's house
Yes.
to get any of your property?
I went back once,
On what date?
probably a week later,
23rd.
23rd.
And who did you go back with?
By myself, I called the police and they gave me
An escort.
an escort. Yes.
An escort. So you went back by yourself in your car
Yes.
and you took property from there.
What I could take in a little car, yeah.
We're talking about on the 23rd, Mr. Handley. You were there with a police escort. Did anybody prevent you with the police escort? Because I call the police
Sure,
and find
sure.
out. Did either your mother or your stepfather prevent you from taking anything else that belonged to you on the 23rd?
No, they didn't prevent me, but I noticed some stuff was missing.
The case is dismissed. We're done. What is your last name?
Believe him Mansell.
Who was a tenant in this house? You can sit down. I didn't think you were a tenant. Just the two of you were
Yes,
tenants in the
ma'am.
house. These were your tenants.
Yes.
They had an oral lease or a written lease?
We actually have a written lease.
I'd like to see it. Well, it just says that she received $600 to rent a room at this address. They will be moving in on January 2015 between 1st or the 5th. Deposit. I need 2 weeks' notice of change of plans to have a full refund. And you signed it.
Yes.
Okay, this is what the case is about. You claim that they had you falsely arrested. So there is an oral lease. Rent was $600 a month. You moved in January. Is that
Yes.
correct? January of 2015. When did you move out?
February.
Of 2016.
When did she first tell you that she wanted you to move out? What month?
September.
In September.
I actually have
Yeah, she has a paper.
the paper.
Good. So between the time you moved in, which was January
Right.
2015, and the time you were notified that she wanted you to leave, which was in September,
Right.
After we asked for repairs,
it's just September
Yes, September
2015,
15.
between those periods of time, you paid rent.
Yes.
In what amount?
$600.
Your Honor, they pay you.
Shh. I'm figuring this case out myself.
Sure.
After September of 2015, when she notified you that she would like you to be out, by the 15th of October, and she sent this to you on September 15th. Did you pay October's rent?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Shh. The answer is yes. May I see it?
Yes.
October's rent paid on October 15th.
Yes.
Did you pay November's rent?
Yes.
May I see it?
Yes.
You paid that on November 20th.
Yes.
Did you pay December's rent?
No, we did not. But
Okay.
No.
You did not pay December's rent.
No. She told us that she didn't want any money from us at all.
Just a second.
Okay.
No, she wanted you out on October 15th.
We have a text message saying that she wants us out, that she doesn't want a penny for us for utilities or rent.
Just a second.
Okay.
Listen to me carefully. I'm going to take a look at that.
Okay.
She's already served you with a 30-day notice to leave.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Okay.
September 15th, she served you. This is your evidence, a notice to leave. You did not leave
No.
on October 15th. You
No.
paid rent on October 15th. You got a letter from your landlord. Due to different circumstances, I will be moving out by 30th September. She told you you were renting a room, correct? New people will be moving in on October 1st. I am sorry, but I need you to please move out by the 15th of October. I am giving you a month's notice so you have enough time to clear out everything. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. All right, that's what she sent you. So instead of moving out, you stayed October 15th and you stayed it the whole month of November.
Yes.
And then December, you were still there. Pay attention to me. I'm creating in my own head. Put your hand down. I didn't ask you a question.
Okay.
So you stayed there, and what you just told me was she said, I don't want you to pay any more rent or utilities. I just want you out.
That was
That's what you
January.
just told me.
Yes, that was January.
That's what you just told me. So you neither paid rent nor utilities, nor did you move in December. Is that right?
No.
Good. So you didn't move in December, and in January, did you pay rent?
No.
No. And did you move?
We moved February when she told us to.
No, she told you to move in October.
May I speak? She jumps back and forth a lot. She would come say, have a problem with us. She'll talk to the mediators, and she'd be like, oh, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're all family. That's why we were really confused with her. Then when she found out about the
You
housing.
weren't confused about not paying rent.
She did it out of retaliation, though, because we called the housing services on
Who cares? You
For-
ate the steak.
her. She deposited our rent checks.
You went in to the restaurant. You ordered a steak. You tasted it. You said, I've had better steak. You didn't give it back. You finished the steak, and then you said to the owner of the restaurant, I'm not paying for the steak. I didn't like it.
May I?
You can tell me anything you like, but you ate the steak. You, and is
Hey,
this your
I did-
wife or girlfriend?
This is my girlfriend.
This is your girlfriend. You
But
and
she
your
told us
girlfriend.
that she didn't want any more money, though. She said that she didn't want to go through an
How's that?
eviction.
Go tell 'em about
She didn't want to go
it.
through an eviction. Because she said, because she knew we went to housing, and housing told
She-
us our rights. Our housing told wait for her to try to evict us.
And she explained that we could stay. I mean,
And she told us that she cannot charge us for utilities on an illegal unit when it's a single-family dwelling.
Listen to me. You don't like the steak? Move.
I did.
You didn't move.
I was waiting for her to
Just
pick up-
a second. You stayed and you ate the steak December and January, and you didn't pay for the steak. You stayed there and you ate it, and you lived there perfectly fine and paid rent.
She refused-
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. All of a sudden, when she told you you had to move, she sent you a very nice letter. Now, this is what the case is about. I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
who you are.
Okay.
So far, you're squatters who stayed 2 months without paying rent.
That's
Now,
not true.
now
You
what
get
I
one-
want to know is, when you filed for an order of protection, what month and year did you file for an order of protection against her? And I want to see the basis that you put in
It was January
the protective
22nd, 2016.
January. Okay, now in January 22nd, you already had not paid rent in December. You had not paid rent in January. Now I want to see what you filed. Put your hand down and take your hand off his
see,
thigh.
she moved out of, and we couldn't find her. So how is it my responsibility to find her to pay
kept-
her rent?
If-
She wouldn't tell us where she lives.
She
How
wouldn't
was I
pick it up.
supposed to pay her rent?
She gave us letters saying that she didn't want the rent. She just wanted us to move out to avoid an issue with the thing. Because she knew we talked to housing, and housing told us our issue, our rights.
Excuse me, she didn't pay. We paid December, but we still have it. I mean, she didn't come and collect it,
And then she told us she didn't want it.
and she purposefully did that so she didn't have to.
I'm reading what you filed in here.
I understand.
You know what you filed in here?
Yes, I do.
Ah.
Yes, I do.
Patrick needs protection because Romalda has been harassing him verbally and tried opening his front door, threatening him to throw him and my property out. Then she says, November, she threatened me after she asked you to move, and my boyfriend, saying we had to leave. That doesn't sound equivocal to me. Or else she would change the locks on us and throw our property out. Today, January 2nd, she ran up to my car, waited outside for me, opened up my door without my consent, grabbed me and threatened me. Now I want you to tell me about that. I want you to tell me on January 22nd exactly what happened.
Okay, I was leaving my property at like 8 a.m. and she was in the backyard cleaning because she didn't live at the property, but she was still cleaning the backyard up. I was walking out and she comes up to me, and it's already been arranged that she wouldn't speak to me because I told her I felt uncomfortable. That's why she speaks to Javier. She doesn't speak, I mean, we don't understand each other.
You
So,
understood each other before October.
not very clearly.
Before October. Well, then you're an idiot for staying there. Miss Carter, you and the defendant have a child together. You are not married. You don't live together.
Yes, ma'am.
There came a time, sometime in September, when, according to your complaint, we're supposed to meet with the defendant to get some money.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was on September 16th. Where were you supposed to meet him?
At his mother's house.
And when had you made that appointment to meet him at his mother's house?
Earlier that day at work.
Tell me how that came around.
We were supposed to be like exchanging for getting diapers, wipes, little necessities.
Now, did that come around as a result of a phone call, a text message, an email?
Phone calls in Texas.
I'd like to see the text that you were coming to his mother's house, because that's not where he says you were supposed to meet. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
He says you were supposed to meet at,
Walmart.
which is where she works.
She works on Wall Triana. That's right down the road from where she works on her way. Could be on her way home, man.
And what time were you supposed to meet her?
She got off work like 2:30, 3, so I said something around 3:30.
Did you go there?
No, ma'am,
Why not?
because she never called.
So she was supposed to call
Yeah,
you.
when she got off work to meet me.
I'd like to
I can't
see.
find the text messages. It must have been a phone call. I apologize.
Was it text messages or
It was a phone call. She was at work that morning. Well, she said she was at work. It's about 10, 11 o'clock. I said, meet me and I'll give you some money. When you get off, she's supposed to get off at like 2:30. And I said, meet me. I'll meet you somewhere on Wall Triana in the area, Walmart.
Okay, so you didn't call him. And I want to tell you something. I believe you were supposed to call him to meet him someplace. Let's understand each other. I've been doing this work a long time, and I'm looking at your face. And I know that you were supposed to call him to meet him at a sort of a neutral place, because this man looks scared to death, but he's not stupid. And there would have been no good reason for him to invite you to his mother's house and have his new girlfriend there. No good reason. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's usually, having lived all these decades, your curiosity that brought you to the house at 8 o'clock at night. Now, are you telling me that you didn't go there at 8 o'clock at night?
Yes, ma'am.
You went there at 8 o'clock at night. Where do you work?
I work at McDonald's.
And what time did you finish your shift at McDonald's?
2 or 2:30.
And is Walmart down the road from where you are?
Yes.
How long have you and the defendant been separated, not dating?
Since July of 2016.
And when was the baby born?
October the 20th, 2014.
From 2014 to July of 2016, was he giving you any money?
Every now and then.
When you asked him?
Yes.
So you never had any need or want to go to court to finalize a support order?
No, ma'am.
Between 2014, when your son was born, and July of 2016, where had you always met to get money from him?
His mother's house, my job, we would go everywhere.
Give me the month and year you went to his mother's house to get money from him.
September 2016.
Not this date.
No.
Before this date.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date?
September the 4th.
You remember that?
I don't recall, Your Honor, but I'm not saying it's wrong.
Okay, so September 4th, you went to his house at what time?
It was probably around 3 or 4.
Was he home?
He was there, yes, ma'am.
Did he give you money?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had arranged with him to come over after work?
Yes, ma'am.
By phone or text?
It was probably by phone, but I didn't call him when I got off. I just pulled up after I picked the kids up from the babysitter.
Well, how would he know to have money for you unless you had a conversation with him before that you were coming over?
It's just we'll talk like before I go to work, and I'll just come after I get off from work.
Fine.
Sometimes we
Just
call.
Yes. Now we're getting tacky.
She stops when she passes and sees my car, so she don't think she has to call. But just because you see my car there, you just pull up and walk in. That's not okay.
Have you told her it's not okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Several times.
How long have you and this young lady been dating?
Almost a year now.
When was the last time you told?
I'll
Put your hand
say
down.
8
When
months.
was the last time you told Miss Carter it's not okay just to drive by and come in?
I say July.
Have you told her that once or more than once?
More than once.
Did you tell her why?
Because you never know what's going on. They might have somebody there. You never know what's going on to just pull up at someone else's house. It's not my house.
Whose house is it?
It's my mother's and stepfather's. No, ma'am.
You don't live there. Where do you live?
It's not too far, like 15 minutes away from me.
But she passes your mother's house.
Because she stays, her house is past. She had to pass my mother's house to get to her
She has
house.
to pass. I got it. So she passes your mom's house in order to get to her house.
Yes, ma'am.
How far is your work in minutes from his mother's house?
Probably 10 minutes.
And how far is your work from, let's say, the Walmart parking lot?
About 5 minutes.
So it's easier to meet in the Walmart parking lot.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go back. September 16th, 3 o'clock, you're finished with work, you go to bed, the babysitter, you pick up the children, and then where do you go?
They actually go to daycare during the week,
What?
and they don't get out until 6. Both of them go to 2 different schools.
What did you do from 3 to 6?
From 3 to 6, I went grocery shopping. I took groceries home. We had a seafood boil at my friend's house.
Yeah, just a second. You're talking very fast.
Oh.
I asked you, what did you do from 3 to 6?
I went to Walmart and went grocery shopping.
So that would have been easy for you to meet him at Walmart.
I do believe I called his phone and he did not answer.
No, that's a fibber. So you went grocery shopping from 3 to 6. Is that what you're telling me?
Not all the way till 6. It was about 3 to about 5 o'clock.
Okay, and then where did you go at 5 o'clock?
I went to Indian Creek to pick up my oldest son, and I went to La Petite to pick up my baby boy.
Then where did you go? You went for dinner someplace with your children. And then what did you do?
I called him, and I don't think he answered, so I just pulled up at his mother's house,
Just a second. So we called and you didn't get an answer.
which is typical for him. It happens all the time.
Evidently, it didn't happen on the 4th of September. You managed to hook up then, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you're going to tell me the story that you want to tell me. You pull into the house. You saw his car. It's 8 o'clock at night. Your 2 children are in the back of the car. You get out of the car. You leave the 2 children in the back of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
You go to the front door.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what?
I go in the house.
Just a second. Well, when one is an uninvited guest, you knock at the door, you ring the doorbell, you wait for somebody
I
to
knocked
come
at
to
the
the
door,
door.
and they knew that I was in the house.
Oh, tell me what they knew. You walked into the house without asking permission,
Yes, ma'am.
and then pick it up from there. You see, I've been doing this business a long time.
I go into the man cave.
What's
And-
the man cave?
It's on the other side of the house where they take part in adult activities.
Okay, and
We were talking, like, are you going to give me the money? Oh, I spent the money on XYZ.
hold on a second. Now, what's the first thing he said to you when he saw you?
What are you doing? I was like, I came to get the money.
What money?
The money to get the diapers and wipes.
How much money?
I think he said he was going to give me 50,
Now, he had just given you money on September 4th. How much did he give you on September 4th?
probably 50.
Not 5th, not probably. How
Around
much?
50.
Okay. And he said,
I don't have the money.
is that what you said?
I was like, what you doing here? Because soon as I walk in, Destiny sits down. I ain't even had a chance to say hey to no one else. By the time I feel someone behind me, when I turn around, it's her. I say, what are you doing? What's going on? I came to get the money. Okay, why did you just pull up? You could have called me or anything. I give her money. I don't know if it was $40 to $50. And then I gave it to her. I was like, okay, now. That's it, you can leave. Now, why? She here. Why I can't be here too? She sit down
Put your
at
hand
the...
down. Go ahead, sir.
She sit down at the table. From then on, it was an argument for 10 to 15 minutes.
I want you, since I'm not going to get the story here,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like you to tell me what the argument was. She sat down at what table?
At the table where everyone was playing cards at.
How many people were there?
Like 8. That's just in the man cave part.
Was your girlfriend there?
Yes, ma'am.
What about your parents?
Yes, ma'am. My mother was on the other side of the house. My stepdad was in there with us.
Any brothers, sisters?
My brother was there and my sister was there also. She started talking to my sister, Amanda. This was the problem. When I came in, they having a little get-together. I'm just stopping by to say, hey. So I'm coming in.
Stop shaking your head. It's annoying.
I'm coming in on their get-together, okay? And then as soon as I walk in, I haven't even sit down yet. And I'm already making an altercation.
Is what you're saying, sir, you came in with your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Shortly before she came in?
Yes, ma'am.
About what time?
I say 7:57. And at 8 o'clock, she was behind me.
Okay.
I think she was sitting across the street waiting on to see if I was going to pull up or not. I don't know.
Okay. Now that you know that I know, do you understand? I want you to know that I know. Now we're going to pick up from the fact that you went into the house uninvited. You knew the house. You went to the back of the house that they call a man cave. He's there and his girlfriend and maybe another couple of people. He said there were 8 altogether. Now I want you to pick it up. And understanding, I know what went down there.
Okay.
Go.
As I'm talking to his sister, he grabbed
Now, just
me.
a second. So now you're talking to his sister.
Mm-hmm.
What were you talking to his sister about?
Going to the club.
Going
to a
to
strip
what club?
down the street.
You wanted to go with her to a strip club?
She was talking about she was going. I told her I would probably be there too.
Oh, and you're having this so you're having this long conversation with her in the house.
Yes.
And your 2 children are sitting in the back seat of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Alone.
Yes, ma'am.
You got where I'm going? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now I don't believe at all that he said to you, I don't have any money. I believe he gave you money because otherwise you wouldn't be sitting having a discussion with his sister about meeting up with her later at a strip club while your 2 children are sitting alone in the back of the car. We understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Pick it up from there.
At that time, he reaches and grabs me by the hair, pulling me to the floor, dragging me out the house, kicking, pulling my hair, trying to hit me, all that.
You're a trespasser in the house. First of all, I don't believe you.
I have pictures. About 10 minutes.
And how old are your children?
6 and 2.
So you left a 6 and a 2-year-old alone in the back of the car while you were discussing with his sister going to a strip club later on that evening. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a police report. Now, Mr. Fitchard,
Yes, ma'am.
she says that while she was talking to her sister, you grabbed her by the back of the hair and pulled her out of
No.
the house, kicking and screaming. Is that what happened?
No, ma'am.
You want to tell me what happened?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I asked her to leave like 3 or 4 times. Then I stood in front of her. I said, please leave. I pointed to the door 3 times. By that time, about the 3rd time, I'm cussing. I'm like, freaking leave. Okay, by that time, she go to jump up and lunge at me. When she lunge at me and go to grab me, I grab her hair and hold. And by the time I grab her hair, the whole time, it is 8 people just knowing we finna fight. As soon as she lunged at me and I grabbed her, 6 people grabbed both of us. No one of us can move. She's down because I was holding her hair, ma'am. But that's it. She's punching, kicking. Then she locked on my knee, biting me. And then eventually they pulled her off of me, and my mom and my sister and someone else escorted her to the car. I sit in the house like 3 to 5 more minutes. She is out there going crazy. Both of us wants to leave, so I tried to leave, and she pulled her car in front of mine. That's what started the altercation where I had to turn my car around.
Your car was in first. Did she pull up behind yours?
No, ma'am.
Where did she pull up and where were the children?
The children was in the back seat. She pulled up. It's like, okay, when the driveway go, it splits like this. I was right here. She pulled on this side behind another car.
You were both free to leave at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to tell you what I think, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that she started all this trouble. There's no question in my mind she started all this trouble. I think that you exercised poor judgment when she left, when she was out of the house. What you shouldn't have done is gotten into your car in an attempt to leave while she was still on the scene.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
should have waited inside or called the police, let the police come, diffuse the situation. That was a mistake, because there's no question in my mind that she started this whole,
Yes, ma'am.
this whole problem for which she's not getting rewarded.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you file for a protective order?
No, ma'am. I didn't file the protection order because of our son.
Don't tell me because. You didn't file a protective order because if you filed for a protective order, there would have been a hearing, a trial, and there were 8 witnesses to what went down that day. That's why you didn't file for a protective order or press any charges against him. Now, do you visit with your son?
When we're not fighting, like,
So this is what I'm going to suggest to both of you.
yes, ma'am.
I think if the children live with you, the defendant should pay a regular amount in child support and have a fixed time to visit with his son on his own terms, not your terms. That means that one or both of you can go to the family court. You ask to be legally declared child's father, which is an order of filiation and a paternity order. You say, I want a fixed order of visitation. Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they pay you by check?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. You tell the court, this is what I make, this is what I earn. And you tell the court that you want them to take a support order right out of your check so that you don't have to have anything to do with her with regard to money.
Okay.
And you tell the court that I want a fixed order of visitation so that she doesn't dictate when you get to visit. The court tells her when.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you don't pay the support order, then they will first take your driver's license away. They'll do all kinds of things. They'll take your tax return, and then they could put you in jail.
Yeah.
She doesn't allow you to see your son when the court tells her to. They will take the child and give him to you.
Okay.
That's what will happen. Now, you made a baby, and you have the responsibility to support that child, and you have the right to see that child. And he doesn't want to see you anymore. And his sister doesn't want to go to a strip club with you anymore. And you should be a little more concerned about your 2 children, ages 2 and 6, in the back of the car alone at 8 o'clock at night after you've already had an evening out with your friends. You should be more concerned than who he's with and what he's doing. You have no connection with him anymore. We understand each other?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
done with this case.
I was
I'm
wondering
done. I'm done
about
with
my
this case.
counterclaim?
Your counterclaim I addressed, sir. I
Okay.
said, as unwise as it was for her to come to the house when she did, because she precipitated all this problem, it was equally as unwise for you to leave the house and get into this jockeying with cars, resulting in both cars getting damaged.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We're done. The plaintiff is your former girlfriend. You have a child together. Child is how old?
He's 8.
Is that your only child?
No, I have 2 other children.
How old are the 2 others that you have?
I'm 12 and 19.
Did you say about 12?
No, he's 12 years old, then I have a 19-year-old daughter.
Do they live with you?
My son does, yeah, the 12-year-old.
Your 19-year-old daughter is on her own?
Yeah,
Yes, that would be yes. Okay, so you have an 8-year-old, and that's your youngest child. And did you and Miss Burke live together at any point?
no,
But you enjoy visitation with him. Is that court-ordered visitation?
no,
It's visitation that you arranged with each other.
yes.
And when do you have the visitation?
Just every once in a while. We're going through court right now, so it'll probably be a regular visitation.
A regular visit,
Right.
okay. Well, October 2nd of last year, an incident occurred. Tell me about what was the schedule for visitation on that date?
She was supposed to drop him off with me for 2 hours, and so...
What time?
I can't remember the exact
Well,
time.
this is important. You know you're coming here today because if you don't remember, I'm going to get the information from her.
Oh, okay.
She was supposed to drop him off.
Right.
Is there any reason why you weren't picking him up?
No, she was dropping him off, and I was taking him back.
Do you live far away from each other?
About 30 minutes apart.
So that was the arrangement. She was going to drop him off.
Right.
And you don't remember the time.
I don't remember exact time.
Do you remember the time?
Our arranged time didn't work out for either one of us. So he told me to give him a call before we left, and that's what I did. I just called him and told him that we were going to be on our way. That was about 4:30.
Do you remember that conversation?
Yes.
Now you do. Okay, so now I'm coming back to you. So she said we're on our way and it takes about 30 minutes to get there, which means that she should have gotten to your house at about 5 o'clock.
Right.
Did she get there at 5 o'clock? And what were you going to do with your son for those 2 hours?
We just went and hung out, and I was going to take him to the park, but he wanted to shoot. I took him to shoot a BB gun.
Did you discuss that with his mother?
No, I sent her pictures of it, so she knew what was going on.
So you sent her a picture of him shooting a BB gun. And where was your 12-year-old at the time?
He was right beside him shooting a BB gun.
And then you decided to take him home.
Yes.
But you decided to take him home a little early.
No.
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 Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you say in your answer, I know I got that from someplace, she said, when I arrived, she was upset that I dropped him off early.
No.
That's what you said in your
Well, she
answer.
said it was early, but it was way later.
What time did you drop him off?
I don't know. It was nighttime. I don't know exact time. I guess
Well,
you can
then
get that off the
so
police.
then I'm going to go back to her. What time did you get a call that he was bringing him back?
Oh, he was contacting me, and after 6 already, telling me it was time that I needed to get home. It wasn't until about 7:30.
That's very confusing to me, what you just said. That was a mumble. What time did he call you to say he was leaving? Or
He was
text
text
you?
messaging me from 6:30 on.
So from 6:30, and he had visitation for 2 hours.
I told him I would come pick him up at about 8:45.
Oh, so when you dropped him off, you said to him, I'll pick him up.
And I text messaged him also.
No, don't text. What was your initial arrangement? You see, what he says is you dropped him off so that he could have visit, but you really wanted to drop him off so that you would have some free time.
Yeah.
To have a date or whatever, which Mr. Kelsey is okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right? That's okay.
Right.
You're not together anymore. She can have a date, and you can be a babysitter.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm going to come back to you. Did you get the message from her, either verbally or by text, that she would pick him up at about 8:45?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But I already had my day planned, and I had things to do, and I was supposed to.
Just a second. What did you have to do?
Well, the agreement.
Not the agreement. What did you have to do?
I was helping somebody move that night. That ain't
Who?
good. Huh?
Huh is not an answer.
I didn't-
What was the name of the person that you were
his
going to
name
help
was
to
Bob.
move that night? Bob what? Bob what? Get on your phone and give me the number. Get on your
Okay.
phone and give me this Bob's number. Because I'm going to call Bob. And you know what I don't like?
What's that?
I don't like to get up from this bench and go back to the phone. If Bob isn't going to tell me, I don't know what he's talking about moving. I haven't moved.
You want me to call him, you're saying? Okay.
No, I'm going to call.
Oh, you
Look
can
at
call
me,
him.
Mr. Kelsey.
And it was
Mr.
Bob.
Look at me.
Yes.
Say, I'm sorry, that was the wrong night. I wasn't helping anybody move.
I'm sorry that was the
Say
wrong
to me, I'm sorry, that was the wrong night. I wasn't helping anybody move.
Why am I saying that?
Because
Okay, I'm sorry. That was the wrong night. I wasn't
right.
helping anybody move.
Okay. So
I don't understand
now
why I'm saying
she
that.
was. Hey, I'm way ahead of you. I know exactly what it's all
Okay.
about. Put your phone away. Put it down now. I've been doing family court work for 40 years.
Have you?
I know exactly who you are, and I know exactly what she is. She wanted an evening out. She has. How many children do you have?
One.
One, an 8-year-old. So, be nice if the child was with his father for one night. She didn't have to worry about him. Maybe could have a date. And she said, and even though you were only supposed to have him, according to you, for 2 hours, I assume it's not a burden to have your 8-year-old son, sir?
No, it's not at all.
And you were out shooting BBs with him from 5 to 6. Did you give him dinner?
Yeah, he ate.
Yeah, just a second. That's not what I asked you. Did you give him dinner?
Yes.
Okay. From when to when?
I don't know. I wasn't sitting and watching the clock the whole
Okay.
time I had him.
Now I know exactly who you are.
Who?
I know exactly who you are.
You do.
So when she texted you and said, I'll pick him up at 8:45, which is what you agreed to, because she's got that on her phone, what did you say to her?
I said, that wasn't the agreement. You said 2 hours. I said, I'll be bringing him back. She didn't text me like that. She said, I'll be bringing him back when I'm done going out and partying. That's what she said.
She said she'll pick him up.
Huh?
Not you'll drop him off. She said she'll
Yeah,
pick
she'll
him up.
pick him up, but that
Just a
wasn't the
second.
agreement.
I know it wasn't your agreement. I'm just trying to figure out, so why you think that spending an extra 2 hours with your son is a burden.
It wasn't a burden.
What was the trouble? If you were supposed to have him from 5 to 7, and she said, I'll pick him up, so you don't have to drive a half hour there and a half hour back, I'll pick him up from your house. I don't understand why you had a problem with that.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Then why did you take him home?
Well, because the 2 hour agreement was
just a
passed,
second.
and I
Then
took
why?
him home like 3 hours later.
Just a second. We're not talking about agreement.
Okay.
Then if she said, I'll pick him up Why did you bring him home?
Because it was time for him to go home.
Okay, I got you. So I said, I got you. So what time did you get him home?
I thought it was almost around 9 o'clock.
No,
Okay.
Just a second. You thought it was 9. What time was it?
7:30.
Okay, so at 7:30, you drove him home.
Yes.
Now, since you seem to have a memory loss about the times in the evening, because that's exactly what it was, because you said, I'm supposed to have him for 2 hours. Not more than 2 hours, 2 hours, and I'm not babysitting with him while you go out, while you have a good time, while you have somebody in your house. I'm not doing that, so I'm bringing him home at when we said in our agreement. Oh. Just for my own information, Mr. Kelsey, prior to October 2nd, when had you last spent time with your son?
Well, every time I go...
Shh. I need a date.
I don't know.
Prior to October 2nd.
Okay.
When had you spent time with him? That would be sometime in September. When in September?
September 31st.
Is that right?
It was about 2 years prior that
2 years?
that you had taken him,
She's not.
that he had taken him and had some one-on-one time. He's talking about just swinging by.
I'm not talking
That's
about
not-
swinging by.
I
I'm
was-
talking about...
I wanted him to have one-on-one time.
Just a second. Don't tell me what you wanted. You want a little time out. That's okay.
You know-
That's okay. That's fine.
These
And
texts
that's
she's
you.
saying I'm sending, do you know, she gets on a text messaging app
I
and makes
want
these
to
texts
know
up. You know
when
that,
was
right?
the last
I've got my
time...
phone records.
When
Well,
was
good. Get the phone records.
I want to know when was the last time prior to October 2nd that you prepared dinner for your son at your house?
Prepare dinner for him at my house?
That's my question.
I've never prepared dinner at my house for him. She hasn't ever at her house either. She don't know how to cook.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
Very good. I actually had enough with him. This is what your case is about. You allege that when he drove your son home at 7:30, there was a kerfuffle. You were annoyed that he brought him home at 7:30. He was annoyed because of him, whatever, and you allege that he scratched your car.
yes.
I want you to tell me how that transpired.
So he was text messaging me, be home. I pulled up and I stayed out
You pulled up where?
in front of my home.
So you come home and you pull up in front of your house.
Right. And I didn't even get out. I stayed in my vehicle because I figured Jackson had not eaten. So I was going to just take off after he dropped him off. So he comes speeding around the corner and slams on his brakes. Now we're, like nose to nose. And I get out of my vehicle to go to the passenger side to get Jackson out of the car. And he, at that time, exited his vehicle. So now we're crossing paths. Jackson had fallen asleep. So I was waking him up. I look over and he's all leaned into my car. Ryan is. And I didn't know what he was getting. And most likely my phone, he takes things. I didn't
Don't tell
know.
me most likely. You saw him leaning into your car.
Yes. So I grabbed his keys out of the ignition of the car he was driving and I tossed them into the middle of the road to get him out of my car. And he then grabs my keys and he gets out of my vehicle and tosses them as hard as he could into an empty lot.
Okay, so you threw his keys
I
into the
did.
road. He threw your keys into an empty lot.
Correct.
So far, that's pretty consistent with what I read in both the complaint and the answer. Go ahead.
So I tell my son, baby, he's awake now. Baby, go sit up on the porch. I had to get my keys to get the house key. I went towards the empty lot to find my keys, and Ryan was, yelling pretty derogatory terms to me. And I turn around, and that's when I saw him. He was coming around the passenger side front fender, and he gets something out of his pocket and did this motion like a knife, I thought, and he goes across my front driver's side.
Do you have pictures of your car?
I do.
I'd like to take a look at them. And I'd like to see the police report as well.
Okay, there's pictures and there's the police report.
Did you ever file criminal charges?
He asked if I wanted to press
And you
charges,
said yes.
and I said yes.
And you said yes. Other than the contact that was made by the police on the 2nd, were you ever contacted by the police again?
No.
With regard to this?
No, she dropped the charges the next day.
No, I
Show,
didn't.
show me.
Did she drop the charges?
Yeah.
How would I have that? The police?
Well, then you,
I never got a warrant.
Then you don't know what happened.
Well, a warrant never came out for me.
That doesn't mean she dropped the charges, sir.
Well, she
That
told
mean-
me the next day she dropped the
I
charges.
didn't know.
Oh,
You
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no, no.
Yeah.
You are such a liar.
Then how come I never got charged for it?
Because they may have had other things to do than get in between you two idiots who had a fight in front of your 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to pay for the scratches on the
time
car,
I go-
you fool.
Every time I go around her, there's a fight.
Fool.
Hey, would you like to see some of her text messages to
No,
me?
I don't
'Cause
want to
got
see any text
I got
messages from her.
some
I
things
think
here
you're a
that'll
big
change your mind
baby.
about her.
I think you're a big baby. Judging for the
I wish I
plaintiff
could
for
play
the
a
amount
couple
of
of
$549, we're done. Mr. Guadrone, this used to be your friend or your girlfriend or a casual acquaintance that you met on the internet?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had, according to you, a short relationship. Is that where you met him, on the internet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. It's your claim that she vandalized your car once you ended the relationship. That's what the case is about. She vandalized your car by keying it. Ms. Perez, while she sort of acknowledges she was in the general vicinity of where your car was, said that she never touched your car. That's probably because you have a lousy character and many female enemies that somebody did that. So I want to ask you a few questions, and then I'm going to Ms. Perez because I've read her answer very carefully. You did write an answer truthfully,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. You met Ms. Perez when? Month and year.
It was May the 26th, 2016.
And when was the first time you met her in person?
It was the same day, actually, that I met her online.
Okay, well, life is different, now. It's kind of hard for me to relate to that. I know it's equally as hard for Officer Byrd to relate to that kind of meeting. We usually met people when we were at a social or a basketball game. Friends introduce you. My girlfriend has a best friend, would be perfect for you. So this is all relatively new to us. So you met her, you saw a picture of her online, you were enamored with the picture. Clearly she liked your picture and you met that day. That was the 26th of May.
Yes.
When did you and Miss Perez cease being friends?
It was like 2 weeks after that. So it would be like about June 19 or June 18. That's when like everything just like I decided like I didn't want to be.
Try not to use like.
Okay, I'll stop.
Just try. I know it's very hard because I have grandchildren, but try not to use filler words. You stopped seeing her, it wasn't like June 19th, it was on June 19th.
Yeah.
Good. And you stopped seeing her because?
Because her friend reached out to me telling me how she is, and pretty much she was just showing the fake person, like identity of herself.
So you believed somebody else about her?
Yes.
Now, between May 26th and June 19th, and I'm asking these questions for a reason, did you have an intimate relationship with her?
Yes.
Did Miss Perez ever tell you that in this 3-week period of time that she was pregnant?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. On what date did she tell you she was pregnant?
I don't remember, but it was on a Monday on June.
Now, Miss Perez, I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions.
Go for it, Your Honor.
You agree that you met on May 26th?
Yes.
Do you agree that you last saw him in any sort of social relationship on June 19th?
No.
When did you last see him?
Like August?
Not like August.
Okay, on August, but I'm not really sure what exact day it was. I just know it was in the middle of the week.
Where did you see him?
At his house?
So you spent time at his house?
Yes.
And you're positive it was August?
Yes.
Okay. And you're positive it was June?
Yes.
On what date did you have this incident with your car?
It was on Labor Day, September 6th.
Your Honor, I would actually...
Shh.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Both of them?
Yeah, all 3 of them. This should be 3.
Thank you. Okay, so the police report dated June 15th, where you complained that she was harassing you. That had nothing to do with keying the car.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So, Ms. Perez, let's get back to you.
Yeah.
You said that you last were at his house in August. That's clearly untrue. He complained to the police in this narrative on June 15th. June 15th, not August 15th. He said, I asked Mr. Guadrone what happened. This is the police officer, and he told me he arrived home at about 00:10 hours. After he parked his vehicle in his driveway, he heard a vehicle turned from the street. He looked toward the vehicle and noticed it was a white Honda with paper plates. He knew his ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Olivia. Is that your name?
Oliva.
Oliva. So why do you use Perez?
That's my mother's maiden last name.
Great. He knew his ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Oliva, had a similar car. He got into his car and followed the Honda Civic as it drove away. He caught up with the vehicle and saw Oliva driving the vehicle. He recorded the incident on his cell phone. He returned home and contacted the police. He told me he dated Oliva for about a month. He broke up with her, and we're talking in June, not August, and he told me she has been harassing him ever since. I called her on the phone, this is the police officer, and asked her what happened. She told me she dropped off her friend who lives on Maple Street. Is that you?
No, that's not me.
Is that you? So that person's not here. The person that's his friend that you became best friends who lives right across the street. That's what you say in your answer. To me, after the plaintiff cut me out of his life, I became friends with his best friend who lives right across the street from me.
Can I say something, Your Honor? There's two different friends. That friend this is a friend that I was sleeping with. The other friend I was actual friends, mutual friends that they went to high school with.
So we have June. So you want to rethink the last time you had social contact with him?
I don't recall exactly what time. I just remember after that whole incident, me and him, some way, somehow we made up and we made an agreement that we would still have sexual relations without
Okie dokie. All right. Now, and then he reported the vandalism on June 13th. He reported 4 tires were slashed. That was on June 13th. Where is the report of the keying of the car?
The officer didn't write a report. It should be in the back.
Oh, the call.
Yeah.
The call.
Yeah, he didn't report
Got
as a
it.
criminal.
And this call came in on September 8th.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to turn to you. Now I've got some idea of what's going on and who's a lunatic and who's not. So you want to tell me on the date of this incident, which was what date? September 6th. You were at a friend's house.
Yes.
And what's his friend's name?
It's Isaiah's and Joelle.
You went to Isaiah's house. And at some point, Isaiah asked you to leave, according to you.
Yes.
And the reason he asked you to leave is because the plaintiff was coming to the party.
Mm-hmm.
No, uh-huh.
Yes.
That would be a yes. So he said to you, I really think it's a good idea that you leave because, what's your first name? So he said to you, I really think it's a good idea that you leave because, what's your first name?
Brian.
Brian is coming. I don't think it's a good idea that you be here. Now, when you left, did you leave by car?
Yes.
Where did you go?
Across the street to my house.
So you got into your car to drive to your house across the street?
Mm-hmm. He lives in like a high-rise building, and then I lived in condos. I lived in a condo like right next door. It's like a gated condo. So I can't just walk there.
And you went to your house?
Yes.
At what time?
Around 11:30.
In the morning or at night?
Night.
Was anybody home when you got home?
Yes.
Who?
My father.
But then you decided to go back out again.
Mm-hmm.
Not That's not
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
And where did you go?
I went back
To Isaiah's house.
Isaiah's house.
At what time?
It was really very shortly after that, like around 11:45.
So you went home for 15 minutes and then you went back to
Yes.
Isaiah's house. And in order to get back to Isaiah's house, you had to go to your parking space, get your car,
Yes.
go to Isaiah's house, who lives in a high-rise, find a parking space.
No, there's where everyone parks. It's just like a big parking lot.
And what did you do there?
They asked me to come back, and
Who asked you to come back?
Isaiah's
Isaiah called you. Isaiah called you.
texted.
Texted. I'd like to see that.
Oh, I deleted all of their messages.
Why would you do that?
Just we were all arguing. There was a big fight after that.
Well, that would be all the more reason to hold on to the text messages.
I have a couple of screenshots of when Brian reached out to me about the whole incident, but I went back there mostly we were all friends. I mean, I made mutual friends
You
with
weren't
him.
friends. They asked you to leave. When you came back and you drove over there, did you go back into the, just pay attention, did you go back into the house? Just a second.
No, I didn't. I picked up another friend
Just
of
a
his.
second. You did not go into the house.
I didn't.
Well, which friend texted you?
Joelle.
Joelle texted you?
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
I don't have anything of that.
You have a recording or whatever
Yes.
of the defendant,
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Oliva,
Yes.
admitting that she keyed your car.
I have the text messages. The
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. This is a video pretty much showing how aggressive she could be.
I don't want the video. I don't care.
Okay.
I want to see the text message of her
you
on
go,
your
yeah.
phone, not the piece of paper.
Here we go. It's from here on.
And while I'm looking at that, would you give me an estimate on photographs of the keying of your car?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
What?
I just wanted to point out that when he reached out to me because I have a copy of it too, at 1:50, that was the first time that I have heard from him in months. So main reason why I mostly responded back, as you can see, is I didn't even talk about the car.
Just a second. You just said that this is the first time you had heard from him in months. This
No,
is in,
not in months.
This,
I meant in
this is in September. You told me that you broke up with him in August.
We didn't break up in August. We broke up earlier than that, but we were still having sexual relationships after that.
Just a second. But according to you, you told him early on that you were pregnant within the first couple of weeks. How does somebody know they're pregnant within the first couple of weeks of a relationship?
I found out I was pregnant in June 4th, 2016, which I have a picture of my pregnancy test with the date on it.
Second. Listen to me carefully, brain trust. You acknowledge that you met him on May 26th. So if you were pregnant and it showed on June 4th that you were pregnant, not possible.
The doctor even confirmed it.
Oh, you could be pregnant, but he's not the father. Fool. So the car belongs to who, your mother?
Yes, my mother.
Okay. Who are you?
Sabrina's friend.
Stand up. When you say friend, a friend? A
Friend.
boyfriend?
No, just friend.
You've been her friend for a long time?
Few months.
Few months.
Months, yeah.
You still living at home with your father?
No, Your Honor.
Who do you live with?
It's just roommates, big house roommates.
How do you support yourself?
My mother pays my bills.
Your mother pays you bills, but you were living with your father.
My father took me back in after I broke up with him just because he
You broke up with him, you were with him for 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. After we ended our little fling, he had girls try to get back at
Listen
me.
to me, I don't care.
I know you don't.
I don't care.
I know
I
you
don't
don't.
care. I'm asking
I know
you,
you
you
don't.
live with your father, but your mother pays your bills. And I'm just questioning that.
Yeah, my mom pays my bills.
Great. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,800. We're finished.
What is excuse you, Mr.
Mr. McDonald, I'm going to start with you, sir.
Okay.
You and Miss Perez worked at the same place. You were the manager of the place where you worked. What kind of facility was that?
It's a check cashing.
You were the manager, and what role did you have there? You were selling a car.
I was assistant manager.
That is correct.
And Miss Perez and you came to an agreement that she was going to purchase the car. When was that, Mr. McDonald?
We started talking about it probably about August 11th, 2016.
Did she purchase it in August of 2016?
Yes, she did.
And she gave you a down payment?
That is correct.
How much?
$2,500.
And the agreement was she was going to pay you $200 a month.
The agreement was that she would give me $100 every payday, which would be $200 per month, some months $300.
And in the month of September, did the payments start immediately in September, or were they delayed until October?
No, ma'am, they started till October 1st was her first payment.
Did she make a payment in October?
Yes, she did.
Did she make a payment in November?
Yes, she did. It was late.
Okay, but she made a payment in November.
That's correct.
Did she make a payment in December?
No.
Do you have any proof that you made a payment in December?
No.
Then you didn't make the payment in December. Why did you not make the payment in December?
I spoke with Larry and I let him know that my daughter, we had a situation out of town, and he was okay with me not making a payment. And I told him I'll make up for it in January.
Did you make a payment in January?
Yes, I did.
Did she make a payment in January?
In January, yes.
Okay, January what?
January 19th.
And how much did she give you in January?
$200.
Had she had a discussion with you in December about some emergency that she had?
She had a discussion with me to tell me that she needed time off work to take her daughter back to see her aunt and that she would be back at a time, but did not.
Did she tell you well, you must have asked her what about the car payment for December?
Yes, and she said she was going to be making it.
And she did not?
No.
In January, however, she made the payment on the 19th.
That's correct.
And on that same day, when she made the payment, you repossessed the car. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you didn't tell her when she made the payment to you that you were repossessing the car because you knew, according to you, that she was going to be fired from her job the following week. Is that correct? That's what you say.
That's correct, but the fact is that she only had made, up to January 19th, had made 2 payments, so she was 6 payments behind.
No,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, she
Not
was.
according to you.
No?
I just asked you those questions, sir. I said, did she make a payment to you in October?
Which
You
she
said
did,
you were
one
paid.
payment. You asked me if she made a payment, and I said yes, she made one. She made 1 payment in November,
Of how much?
$100 each, both times,
So she made $200, and she was supposed to pay you how much?
$400.
$400 a month.
That's-
So $200.
No, okay, let me back up. October, she should have paid me $200, $100 for each pay period.
Just a second. So she paid you $200.
No,
How much did she pay you?
$100.
Okay, so she only made 1 payment in
That
October.
is correct.
Got it. Now I got it. You have proof that you made 2 payments in October. Question. There's a question before you. Did you make 2 payments in October?
No.
In November, how many payments did she make?
1 payment of $100.
Do you have proof that you made 2 payments in November? Because you were supposed to make 2 a month, right? Well, then he had every right to repossess your car. Because what he said was, initially, I said, well, if she made her payments in October and November, she missed December, but then she paid in January. She gave him $200 in January, and he took the car back right after the payment. That sounds a little sketchy. But you didn't pay him in October. You didn't pay him in November because you owed him money in both October and November. You didn't pay him at all in December, and you didn't pay him in January until January 19th. What did you expect him to do?
No,
Give you a gold star?
I did make 2 payments, but I made 1 payment in October.
You made a payment
November-
of how much? $100.
In October, no, 135 plus 115 because we went half on the thermostat that went out. So I
don't
made a
care.
payment.
Listen to me. I don't care about the thermostat that went out.
Okay.
You were supposed to pay him $100 a pay period.
Yes.
How many payments did you make him?
I made
make to him
one
in-
payment of $250 in October.
$250. Show me.
I can show you the text that I text them, and I can't show you because
November.
nope.
Well, you knew you were coming to court today, madam. This is your case. What you're suing him for is
All my
the money.
evidence was in the Jeep. I had receipts like this in the Jeep. I didn't think my Jeep was going to get taken, so I don't have evidence. I don't want to say yes, I did when I can't come here and prove it to you, but everything's in the Jeep.
No, there wasn't.
Shh.
Sorry.
Shh.
There was nothing in the Jeep that was not given back to her. Everything that was in the Jeep is...
Sorry, Miss Perez.
Your Honor, there is a few things that still
Sorry,
in the
Miss
Jeep.
Perez. He didn't steal the vehicle. He repossessed the car because you hadn't been making payments to him as you were supposed to make payments to him while you were working for him.
Yep.
And then you were going to get fired, so we knew for sure you weren't going to make any payments.
And
Yet,
she
but
also
you didn't
wasn't
make payments when you were working and getting paid at all in December.
It was just December. I made
No,
payments.
no. You have no proof that you made all your payments in October or November.
And she had her insurance canceled 4 different times through this whole thing.
No, I didn't.
I've got evidence.
Doesn't matter. She has no case. Now, you have a counterclaim.
That is correct.
Your counterclaim is for damage to the vehicle and impound fees.
That is correct.
What impound fees?
Because she reported the car stolen, and the car wasn't stolen, she was told that...
Just a second. Did you give her notice that you would repossess the car?
I told her that I took the car when I paid her off.
And when was that?
That was the following Tuesday. Because of the fact...
Just a second. When had she reported the car stolen? That was immediately.
The 20th.
So then you have to pay the impound fees.
But the Sacramento Police Department said the report should have never been taken.
Don't tell me what anybody said to you. You had the car, while she was at work, you had the car repossessed. You didn't tell her about it that day. She comes out, she looks for her car's not there. She reports it stolen. She doesn't find out until later, till after you paid her off, days later, that you actually had the car. So if the car was impounded because she reported it stolen, you should have told her immediately. That's all. Now, money owed for damaged vehicle. Tell me how the vehicle was damaged.
Well, there is one damage to the right driver's door, which my witness is the first one that saw it.
Just a second. All you have to do is show me a picture.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have recordings with their insurance saying he didn't know where the vehicle was.
Just a second.
He had
Listen, you have no case. You didn't make your payments.
I I just
Haven't
don't.
paid.
I made payments. I just don't have proof.
I'm sorry.
Because
If
it
you
was
have-
repossessed it, and he's not going to give me his credit card statement. If you get his credit card statement, it will
Madam,
show.
you acknowledge you made no payments in December and you didn't make any payments until January 19th for January.
No.
And that has nothing to do with
January
October
was
and November.
for December that I talked to him about. In October and November, I only made one payment. You asked me if I made two, and I do have proof. I mean, and his.
You don't have proof.
I don't, because he's repossessed his car, which has all my evidence in it. How's that fair to
Well,
me?
that's unfortunate.
It is
Next time, keep better
unfortunate
evidence.
that he lied to everybody.
Next time, keep better evidence.
Yes.
I can't see what you're pointing to, sir. I can't see what this is.
You can see the dent right in the center of the picture. Can I?
Talking about here?
And here's the
You're talking about
Right there.
here?
insurance payments. I've been paying insurance proof.
I don't care if you've been paying insurance. You weren't paying
Okay.
him.
Yeah, I was.
You have proof that you're paying insurance. You should have proof that you were paying him. How did the car get dented here?
I don't know. I wasn't pointed out it. He pointed out to me. Oh, well, actually, Marie pointed out to me, and I told him when I was on the freeway, I heard a dink, but didn't notice anything until she pointed it out. It looks like a rock or a ball, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure it might have been on there before.
Just a second. You saw this dent?
Yeah.
Good. Stand up. Did you see how it happened?
No.
No. She doesn't know how it happened either.
But I know the car how it was when Larry gave it to her. And so when I came to work and it was literally 70 feet away from me, I said, "What is that dent?"
What, it looks like somebody
On
hit
the
a car
driver's
door
side.
onto hers.
It
That's
looks
what it looks
worse.
like.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there was an accident. It
No.
looked like somebody hit their car door into hers.
Or it looks like
or a
someone
ball,
took a
or a
foot.
ball, right?
Something.
That's what. So, what do you want? Your case is dismissed. Your counterclaim is for the missed payments.
No.
No?
My countersuit is for the insurance to fix the vehicle.
Why is mine dismissed?
Why?
I just told you why. I told you 4 times because you have no proof that you paid him in October and November what you were supposed to pay him. You acknowledge you didn't pay him at all in December, and you didn't offer a payment until almost the end of January. Don't speak. That's why your case is dismissed. He had every right to repossess the car. Do you understand? Use the $2,500 deposit to fix the door. You got it? Perfect. We're done. Well, this is actually a pretty confusing car case, even for me. So maybe, Mr. Cormier, you can make it easier for me. You purchased a car from Mr. Balch. When? Month, day, and year.
It was September 18th, 2014.
And you had not known him before.
No, ma'am.
Mr. Balch, what kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm in the oil field, oil and gas.
And do you have your own company or do you work for somebody?
No, ma'am, it's my own company.
And how long have you had that company?
10 years.
Prior to that, did you work for someone else?
No, ma'am, I had another company.
Same kind of business?
Yes, ma'am.
Different location?
Yes, ma'am, Laredo, Texas.
Mr. Balch, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I just want to figure out who you are. Who is this young man?
This is my son.
You live with your son? Do you have family? What are the children?
Yes, ma'am, I have 5 sons and 3 daughters, and 2 foster kids, David and Diana.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony, Mr. Bosch?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been convicted of a misdemeanor, Mr. Bosch?
No, ma'am.
I'm asking you these simple questions because somehow Mr. Cormier seems to think that you scammed him out of a car that you sold to him on the 18th of September 2014. So I'm trying to get an idea of who you are and whether this is something that was a typical thing for you to do. Now, what kind of a car did you sell him, Mr. Bosch?
It was a Mustang.
Had you had it for a long time?
A couple of years.
How old was it?
I guess it was around 10 years old.
And how much did you sell it for to Mr. Cormier?
$3,500.
So far, we are correct, Mr. Cormier. So far, correct. And you didn't know him before?
No, ma'am.
You saw the car parked in the street?
No, I bought it off of Craigslist.
And you looked at it. And when you went, you gave him cash for it?
Yes, ma'am.
He doesn't deny that he gave him cash, and he gave you the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he also give you the title to the car?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have the car and the title.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was titled in his name?
Yes, ma'am.
And he signed the title over to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now you can pick it up from there.
I can probably need a little bit of help. I got incarcerated about 4 days afterwards. It was at my mom's house, and she was trying to sell it. She knows a little bit more as
Just a
far as
sec.
details.
Fine. So you were incarcerated for how long?
14 or 15 months.
So you don't know what happened to the car after 14 or 15 months yourself.
No, ma'am.
But you were in touch with your mother for
Yes,
those
ma'am.
14 or 15 months. Okay. Now step up. Your last name is?
Cormier.
All right, Miss Cormier. Now, your son is incarcerated for a year and a half. He has this Mustang that he has just purchased for $3,500. Pick up the story. Why is Mr. Bosch here today?
About a week or so after my son was incarcerated, I think it started raining. The Mustang had holes in the roof, and I had no key to it. The key was with my son down in Galveston, about 250 miles away. He suggested I contact Mr. Bolsh to see if he have a spare key, which he did. We met at his office, got the spare key. I explained to him I wasn't really sure about what I was going to do with the title. I needed to know the disposition of my son's case, if I would put it in my name, if I was going to sell it. You know, there was lots of different variables going on. And so we had faxed each other, had called each other on the cell phone. I got the key back.
Bottom line is, your son never registered the car in his name before he was incarcerated.
Right.
The title is in your son's name.
Correct.
And you did not register the car.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And he, Mr. Balsh, gave you the spare key that you requested.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Probably a month or so later, my son's girlfriend, a friend of hers who lived with her dad, wanted to buy the vehicle on payments. And then about a month or so later, and I relayed that to Mr. Bolsh.
He has nothing to do with it.
No, he doesn't, but I just wanted to let him know what was going on.
Well, I don't know why. I don't know why. There would be no reason to let him know. Somebody else wanted to buy the car.
Right.
On payments. And the car is no longer his. He has turned over the title to your son.
I'm assuming, I thought maybe he may want to know why he hadn't received the, they send a copy of the title, I think.
Oh, you mean because it had not been taken out of his name yet, despite the fact that he had turned it over to you. If you or this girl that was wanted to buy it on payments drove around with it and didn't register it, if the car got into an accident, his business is liable. He's liable. His children are liable. His family is liable. So
It was a courtesy on my part, I believe.
It wasn't a courtesy. The right thing to do had been to register the car so that he, who had sold you the car, no longer has any liability. Now it's your liability or your son's liability. But then you were going to increase his liability by selling the car to someone who wanted to buy it on payments. Did you sell it to that person?
I never fully got to. He asked to take it to a shop, which he did. He gave me $300-400, and I haven't seen it. This person named Adam. He lived with my son's girlfriend's father. He did his paperwork, his books. He took it to a shop in a little town, supposedly outside of San Antonio, to his shop to have it looked at. I haven't seen it since. He was arrested soon after that.
And?
Well, that's the car disappeared.
Just a second.
And so I started looking for it.
Just a second.
I started looking for the vehicle. I've got search results. I drove around looking for it.
So now, because of both of your irresponsible behavior, I'm just following this because of both of yours, his and yours. I don't care about the car. You have a businessman who's got a gaggle of children that he supports. If this car is in an accident and kills somebody, if this car gets tickets, if this car has any involvement with the police authorities, they're coming after him. Outrageous, actually. Not malicious. I don't think you did it maliciously. But you do have to recognize that you exposed him. Now you're suing him. You have the Mustang back?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever get the Mustang back?
I never saw the Mustang after he took it.
So why are we here?
Because when I found the Mustang on Craigslist in July of 2015, I called the Pflugerville where it was. I called the police department. They said because it wasn't in my name, I needed to go to the DMV and get a certified copy of it, which I did the next day. On the certified copy, and I've got copies of it, I have on May 1st, 2015, Mr. Bolch went and applied for a duplicate title, and he stated on there, okay.
And
then on May 15th, he resold it to a Freddie. He resold a vehicle that was not his.
Well, somebody with his name did that. And maybe it was Adam.
Adam is in jail. He's in prison.
Just a second. Or maybe Adam's mother. Oh, who knows?
Looks the same.
No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'll take a look. Did you resell the car?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Did you apply for a duplicate title?
Yes, I did.
Okay, when? Tell me when you applied for a duplicate title and why.
I guess that was May 1st, 2015.
Yes.
And my son David can, he was at this time involved.
Just a second.
Okay.
Do you know what happened with the duplicate title?
Yes, ma'am. Once we got the duplicate.
Why did you get a duplicate title?
She had called us.
You mean Mrs. Cormier?
Mrs. Cormier had called us, informed us that she had lost the title. No. Once that had happened,
I'm sorry.
my dad had then gone to the DMV.
Just a second. She said she lost the title.
Yes, ma'am. She said.
Oh, just a second. Well, if you gave Adam the car to take to his shop, listen to me carefully,
Yes,
Ms. Cormier.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
If
sorry.
you gave Adam the car to take to his shop just to look at it, you would not have given Adam the title to the car.
No.
I'd like to see the title to the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, one of the things you're supposed to do, Mr. Bosch, is put in the date of the sale, because you signed this, as did Mr. Keith Cormier, but you didn't put in the date of this sale. It's a good idea that you do that. Okay, so now she has her copy of this.
Original.
So now my question is, why would she call you for a duplicate title? Go ahead.
Mrs. Cormier had then informed us that her son Keith was driving and the title flew out the window. That is the story that we got. We didn't ask no questions about it. We said, okay, but once we get this duplicate, we expect this car to be changed over.
Now my question to you is, did she ever tell you that her son was incarcerated?
She did. We then asked if we could switch the title in her name. She made the date. She said, next Tuesday I'll be free. When she said that, we waited. We worked 2 blocks from the DMV. We said, we'll drive you over, we'll sign everything over there, and you can get it done. She never appeared on that date. She called 2 weeks later, and then we rescheduled it again. She did this a number of times, and she never appeared while it's still registered in Dad's name.
It's no longer registered in your name?
Not no more.
Now, is it registered in the name of either of these 2 people? Do you know?
No.
No.
Do you know that it's not?
Yes.
In whose name is the car registered?
Freddie?
And do you know who that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is it?
It is a fella who contacted me. He ran our license plate because the car was impounded twice.
Car was impounded?
Impounded twice. He contacted me, said he traded his car. He's about 17 at this time, and at the time that he contacted me. Said he traded his car, they took his car and some money, and gave him that car with no title. So he ended up getting pulled over, and they asked him who Bill Balch was.
Do you remember the date of the call from Freddie?
It was around May 15th, because that's the day that we transferred. So it was about a 15-day stretch.
May 15th of what year?
2015.
Did you ever receive any impound bills for your car?
No, ma'am.
Where had the car been impounded?
Once was with her son, Freddie, in San Antonio. That's where the car was impounded at. I don't know if they parked it. All I know is we got a phone call, and Mrs. Cormier was trying to get it out of impound.
I think it was a guy.
I believe everything he says. I believe everything he says.
Wow.
Right, good. So I don't know where your car is. You should take responsibility. You got busted. Your mother did not take appropriate caution, so that Mr. Bosch had no responsibility for your car. You didn't take proper precaution. Your son didn't take proper precaution. And I find that neither one of these 2 people had anything to do with getting your car impounded, getting the title transferred, and reselling it. I don't see any evidence of that. None. Your case is dismissed. We're
Hold on,
done.
ma'am. I have a picture right here that shows that the car is parked in front of my mom's house, October 2015.
We are done. Miss Hankins, who is this?
Matthew Lopez. He is my witness. He is now my roommate.
He's your witness to what?
Well, to an entire month in the apartment.
A what? Speak up.
He watched me in a fire damage, helped with the damage, and then also helped move me out.
Mm-hmm. What kind of premises did you rent to the plaintiff?
It's a small studio apartment that was attached to an extra building on our church property that we had remodeled just for her and her daughter.
How long do you know her?
At least 6+ years.
And when you say you remodeled a studio on church property. What do you have to do with the church property?
Our church, we have 70 acres of land, so we had an extra building that we use as a garage, also for our youth, a man cave, and so there was a section that we converted into a very nice studio apartment that I had planned to make that arrangement later when we were hoping to get a groundskeeper. It came up when Lisa was needing a place to stay.
How did you know she was needing a place to stay?
She was living with her parents, and she was complaining weekly to us about the conditions and the treatment that she was getting from her stepdad.
Do you know what she was doing for a living?
Working at Family Dollar.
Do you know what she was doing there?
She started out as a cashier clerk, and since the last year or so, she was promoted to assistant manager.
When did she move into this studio that you renovated for her?
She would have moved in February of 2015.
And were you charging her rent?
Yes.
How much?
$500 a month.
Was she able to pay her rent?
No, she could not make a monthly payment, so the arrangement we had came to that when she got her tax check, she had $5,000 for 2015. So she gave the entire $5,000 and prepaid her rent for the first 10 months of the year, which allowed us to do the work to make the apartment livable. And so she gave the $5,000, we fixed it up, she moved in, she had no rent for 10 months. And then at the next year, February 2016, when she got her tax, she was to catch up what she was behind and pay as much in advance as she could for the next year.
So when did she give you the tax check?
Soon as
Month
she got
and year?
February 2015, and then again February 2016. And she paid in cash, Your Honor.
She paid what in cash?
Her rent, when she gave the $5,000, she gave $5,000 in cash.
And she did all of this because she didn't have money. She had herself and her daughter, so she didn't have money to pay you rent. So she waited to get her tax check, and she got her tax check, and she went to some sort of a bank and got cash to give to you.
To the church.
It gets better. This person who had no cash took out renter's insurance, had no money to pay her rent, paid renter's insurance, and lo and behold, there was some sort of fiery smoke that damaged a whole bunch of your property. And I want you to tell me when this fiery smoke was.
Well, I report...
Just a second.
Oh, go ahead.
Month and year.
It was reported to insurance December 15th of 2016.
Is when there was a fire. That's when your $5,000 rent ran out that you had prepaid the February before. So then you were up to January, right? And then you would have to have paid another $5,000, right? Because she wasn't paying any rent. She was just giving you every February $5,000 in cash when she got her tax refund. Is that right?
Correct.
Now, what I would like to see is when you first took out and paid for renter's insurance, month and year. Don't look confused. It's a very simple question. I want to see when you took out the rent insurance policy, because somebody has renter's insurance and you've lived there for a couple of years, you would have taken the renter's insurance out for several years, right? So now I want to see the policy when it started.
Well, okay, now I do not have the starting date of
well, we're going to get that.
Yes.
We're going to get the date that your policy started, the date that you applied for renter's insurance.
December.
Let's start with the year.
2016.
So you didn't have renter's insurance in 2015 when you lived there? No. You got renter's insurance in 2016.
Correct.
Right. Did you get it in the beginning of 2016 or the end of 2016?
Truly, it was, it was probably in October when I changed insurance companies.
In October or November, right before this smoke damaged your property. Now, do you have an arson report?
No.
Do you have a fire damage report?
We brought in a restoration company which hired.
That's not what I'm asking you, sir. When you have a suspicious, because you don't know where it started, right?
Yes.
So you would have to call in the fire department and find out where all this started. Do you have a report?
My insurance company sent the fire inspector.
Listen to me. This is a world-class scam. If the insurance company paid you for any damage, I mean, you really have to be stupid, because I read this thing before I even looked at you folks and asked one question. I said to myself, I betcha this lady didn't have insurance until right before there was damage. That would be you.
That is correct.
Right. And here's a lady that didn't have money to pay rent. So what she did, according to this one, who was probably a co-conspirator in this whole thing, is she paid him in cash, allegedly, from her income tax return. So she's paid up for 2015. She's paid up for 2016. But in February of 2017, she has to give him another $5,000 or start paying rent. So you know what happened? She took out renter's insurance a month before she had thousands of dollars worth of smoke damage to her property. Does that sound right to you? No. Doesn't sound right to me. So we're going to find out exactly when you took out the renter's insurance. And I would like to see the reports that you filed with the insurance company.
Okay, I have all of these.
And how much money did you get?
There was 2 claims. The church has a policy that covers all of our property and our buildings. And so
But you didn't have any damage to the church.
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
The way the insurance company broke it up was her renters covered her furniture, her appliances, her dishes, her clothes, the structure policy.
And with just a second, with no report to a fire department, she had all that damage. And what did the church suffer? Sir, in what location did the church suffer damage?
In that location, that apartment.
Just a second. Only in her apartment?
Correct.
Not any place else?
Correct.
Yeah, good. Do me a favor. Go fight with each other someplace else. Not here. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I think it's a huge scam.
Amen.
I'm not sure whether you were both involved in it, but I know the insurance company got taken for a ride because how much money did they give you?
$12,000.
Oh! Gone. We're done. Miss Irish, this is your son. He's a minor. The car that was damaged is probably in your name, so it belongs to you. And it is your claim that Mr. Garland's son hit that car with a baseball bat. You weren't there. You don't know what happened. And Mr. Garland, you weren't there, and you don't know what happened either.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why don't you both sit down? So now I have my prey. Mr. Hochberg, what's your first name?
Nick.
What is this young man's name?
Matthew Magruder.
And your first name?
Max.
You can stand up.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're Matthew.
Yes.
Who first had the girlfriend?
Me.
And what's the girlfriend's name, Nick?
Natalie.
And who had Natalie as a girlfriend second? That would be Matt. Did you ever date Natalie?
I am currently dating Natalie.
You are currently dating, and you're Max.
Yes.
From when to when did you date Natalie?
Probably it was freshman year of high school, so I don't really know the dates exactly.
What year are you in now?
I'm a senior now.
So it would have been 3 years ago.
Yes.
And when did you date Natalie?
It was October 2015 through February 2017.
And you are au courant.
Correct.
Starting when?
May of 2016.
2016 or 17?
2017. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
On what date did this incident happen with the car?
Happened on November 3rd.
Who was going to tell me a story that I'm going to believe?
He will.
You want him to tell the story?
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. It's your case.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me the story from the beginning of the evening.
Okay, so Matthew Magruder texted me and asked me if I wanted to hang out with him that night.
Do you have those texts?
I do not, I don't think.
Do you have the text?
Your Honor, no.
So we don't have the text messages.
Right.
Let us assume that that's what happened, that Matthew texted you and said you want to hang out. Now, were you friends even though you dated Natalie first?
Yes, ma'am.
And he dated Natalie second?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what did you do?
So we met up at Qdoba, the Mexican grill.
What time?
Probably 9.
Don't look at him.
Sorry.
Over here. You met up at a Mexican grill at about 9 o'clock. What happened next?
Matthew had called Max to ask him if he wanted to talk about the situation that they had going on.
Just a second. Matthew wanted to speak to Max.
Right.
When did he tell you that?
I was in the car with him when he called him.
So now you're not in the Mexican grill. You're sitting outside in whose car?
In Matthew's car.
How did you get to Matthew's car?
In my car. We met up at Qdoba and we were hanging out at Qdoba.
So you left your car, you got into Matthew's car. And when you got into Matthew's car, Matthew said, I'm going to call Max.
Yes.
And the conversation with Max had to do with Natalie.
No, not necessarily.
Well, what do you think that he wanted to talk to him about? What do you think?
Probably Natalie. Yes.
I've had 5 children. I have 13 grandchildren. 2 of them are small. They're not there yet. I want to tell you what I know about teenagers. Most of the time when their mouths are moving, they're lying.
Right.
I picked on you because I'm hoping that you won't be foolish enough to lie to me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Him, I'm not sure about. Do you understand?
Right, yes.
So now you meet up at the Mexican Grill just to hang out. But if you're hanging out, what are you hanging out in the car for? If you want to go to the Mexican Grill, you go in, you have a taco, you have some guacamole, and you have dip. But you met him, parked your car in the lot of the Mexican Grill, got into his car, and he didn't say to you, gee, what should we do? Should we go to the park? Maybe we should go to somebody's house. He said to you, I want to call Max and clear the air, right?
Right.
Keep going. It's getting better.
Okay, so he called Max and talked to him, and
you were in the car.
Yeah, and I was in the car at the time.
I want you to tell me, listen to me really carefully. I want you to tell me what Matthew said when he got Max on the phone.
So he was talking to Max.
What did he say as soon as he got him on the phone?
He asked if he wanted to talk.
And you couldn't hear the answer, I assume. And then what did he say?
And then he was given an address, I believe, and Matthew,
you mean Matthew was given an address?
So Matthew couldn't. I believe that Matthew couldn't talk to him over the phone.
I don't care what you believe. I want to hear what you heard in the car.
Right. So he got an address from Max and said that he would come there.
Now what you're doing is you're with Matthew because you know Matthew was annoyed with Max. Don't say anything. Don't move your head. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. So far, you understand, Nick, that there is absolutely no reason for you to be in the car with Matthew to go over to Nick's house to discuss his ex-girlfriend with her current boyfriend that's going to result in anything good.
Correct.
You understand that?
Correct. I did.
I just want to make sure you understand that.
Yes.
Because your mother gave me a whole thing here in the complaint that makes it sound as if the 2 of you should have halos on the top of your head. And I know that that's a lot of baloney.
Correct.
So you go over to Max's house.
Well, I had gotten in my car now with another friend of mine.
Just a second, you got another friend?
Yeah, I had.
Just a second. Tell me about the other friend that you had.
He was with me when we drove to Qdoba, and then
Just a second.
And then we talked to Matthew.
Did he get out of your car, or was your friend waiting in your car?
Well, we were kind of just hanging out around the cars. We weren't really in anyone's car. We were just hanging out around the 2 cars.
You told me a moment ago that you were in.
I was in.
That
yes.
you were in the car.
Yes, that's correct.
With Matthew.
Yes.
Where was your friend?
He was around the car too. I don't know exactly where he was, but he was around the car.
But not in the car.
No.
Now Matthew gets an address. What's the next thing that Matthew says to you?
Well, he wanted me to go up to the house with him. But I necessarily didn't really want to go up to the house, but I had nothing else to do, so I followed him up there.
You got where this is going?
Yep.
You got where this is going? Now, is what you are suggesting to me that 4 of you went to Max's house?
No, I did not.
How many?
I believe it was 3 that went to his house. And then I was with my friend on another street. We weren't even parked at the house.
Just a second.
Yes.
On what other street were you with your friend?
It was down another street. It was like...
How far did you have to drive from the Mexican Grill to get to the other street?
10 minutes, 5 minutes.
10 minutes? Well, what did you drive 10 minutes for to park a block away? Do you get where I'm going? Or do you not get where I'm going?
I still don't think we should have damage to our car. I
No,
know
I
he
thought-
shouldn't have been there.
What kind of shouldn't have been there? You had a gang going to his house over a girl. And if he came out of his house and hit your car with a bat, well, have him fix it. You get where I'm going? You get where I'm going? Yeah. You had no business going there. He was looking for smarty pants over there. He was looking for trouble.
Right.
He was going there for no good, and you went with him.
That's true.
You and your friends went with him.
That's true.
Good. We're done. We're done. Your case is dismissed.
I have him admitting that he had...
I actually believe that he probably took a bat and hit your car. Stand up. Miss Irish, I want you to pay careful attention to me. I actually believe that at some point this young man came out of his house with a bat and hit your car. Have him pay for it, because he shouldn't have been there. They went as a gang to his house over a girl. But they drove, listen to me, he drove 10 minutes from a safe parking lot to around the corner from his house.
I agree he shouldn't have been there.
Absolutely.
But I don't think anybody should be damaged or hurt or hit. I mean, I don't think that we should have to pay for the car damage.
I don't care what you think.
Your Honor, I wasn't.
I don't care what you think. What I'm telling you is your son's judgment or lack thereof caused your car to be damaged. He went with a group of people looking for I'm speaking, who were looking for no good, including this wise guy. And your son says, I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have gone. I was with my other friends. Why did you go? I had nothing else to do. You should,
I agree with that. Except for our car shouldn't have damage on it.
It shouldn't. I think he should fix it. I think your son should fix it.
I have evidence from Max saying he wanted to pay for the car.
I don't care. That's why we're here. If he wanted to pay for the car, he should have paid for it.
Your Honor.
I'm telling you, I believe that Max hit the car with a bat. He's not paying for it. He's paying for it. Because your son should never have been there. And that's the lesson that you're supposed to teach him. You're supposed to teach him, don't get involved in incidents that could become dangerous for you or somebody else. This smarty pants was looking for no good, and he knows it, and he went with him anyway because he had nothing else to do, he and his other friends. So you pay for the car. And if you want the appropriate person to be charged for it, charge the one who had nothing to do that night. We're done. Goodbye. Mr. and Mrs. Purcell, you purchased a lottery ticket.
Correct.
Where did you purchase it?
A bar next to our home.
And where is that?
In Sandy, Oregon.
When did you purchase it?
February 20th, 2016.
How much did you pay for the lottery ticket and what were the prizes?
We paid $20 for 20 games. It was an 8-spot Keno ticket.
Have you played this particular lottery before? And it's an Oregon lottery.
Yes, and yes, we have.
Did you ever win before?
Yes.
And prior to this ticket, how much had you won before?
We won one for $600 once.
And that's the only time?
No, we've won a couple for about that amount.
A couple for $600?
Yes.
So it more than paid for itself?
Yes.
I assume. That's why you keep playing. Lucky people.
Yeah, we've lost a few too.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost a few too.
I can imagine. People usually only talk about their wins.
Absolutely.
So you bought this lottery ticket and lo and behold, you won. How much did you win?
$1,750.
And you found out that you won how?
Well, my husband went and checked the Did You Win machine, and it said, you're a winner, please see your retailer. So he brought it up to the bartender, who is our witness, Tria, and she scanned the ticket. Now, if you win over $600, it doesn't tell you immediately how much you won. You have to go back and check the numbers, and then you can find out how much you won. But we had hit 7 out of the 8 numbers, and that paid $1,750.
What did you do next?
Celebrated. And then the next day, I went and got a claim form, which you can get right there at the saloon. And I brought it home, and Dave, my husband, filled it out the next day.
Listing your name, your address?
It was in my name. He put the claim form in my name. He even took a picture of the ticket.
Okay.
We put it in the claim form and sent it out the next day.
And you have a picture of the ticket?
Yes.
Correct.
And then what do? They send you a check?
Yeah, you send it into Salem, Oregon, and it usually takes about 3 days to get it back.
And it didn't come back?
And it didn't come back.
And you began investigating, and you had the picture of the ticket with the numbers.
Yeah, we waited the 2 weeks that they tell you to wait. On the 15th day, I called down there to Lottery and gave her my last name and the numbers. I said, we didn't receive our money. Well, they didn't have any of our information. So I told Dave, someone claimed our ticket. Somebody stole our ticket. So that's when I put in a public records request through the Lottery and received his information.
Okay, and that's how we get to the defendant who cashed your lottery ticket.
Correct.
Okay. First, I'd like to see a photo of the ticket.
He has it on his phone that is actually date stamped. I have a picture of it here, but if you'd like to see it with the date on it,
I would.
That's the picture of the ticket, and then he has it on his phone also. That was taken in February.
Got it. Thank you.
We also have our claim form.
I would. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have it up here.
You'd notice the date, it's the 22nd of February.
Okay, did you contact Mr. Linwood personally?
I contacted him through Facebook.
And did he respond?
Yes, after a couple of attempts.
Okay. And what did he say to you when he responded on Facebook?
I'd be glad to show you that.
I'd like to
but
see it.
I draw your attention to the last few.
I'm going to read them all.
Yeah, because he does change his story a couple of times. Okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Linwood?
I drive forklift, I do retail, and I do warehouse work.
Let's try to get one cogent story, sir.
Okay.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It had to have been February 27th or probably the beginning of March.
And how did it come into your possession?
Came into my possession, my father-in-law at the time, he contacted me one morning saying, hey, I won a lottery ticket of $1,750. I said, oh, wow, that's awesome. He said, well, could you help me out? It's unsigned. Can you turn it in for me? Because if I turn it in, I'm afraid that child support will take most of it. And I said, yeah, sure.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a well driller.
What's your last name?
Richard.
On what date did this lottery ticket come into your possession?
It was on a Friday night. I was at a bar called the Country Corral.
You go to the bar often?
No, I played video poker that night.
Is this bar near to where you live?
Close, yes.
You never know where I'm going to be going, Mr. Richard.
Right.
Do you understand?
I got you.
So it's close to where you live, and you've lived at this address for how long?
Probably 2 months at the time.
Why 2 months?
Because I relocated.
With whom did you relocate?
My daughter and my son-in-law.
The three of you moved into this place together. Am I understanding that you moved into this new place 2 months before, so that would have been in December, with the defendant and your daughter?
Correct.
You see how you don't know where I'm going, so you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your
Yes,
Honor.
you do. So now you're at a place with Mr. Linwood, and Mr. Linwood just told me that he got a call from you. Now he lives with you. Why do you think that I would believe that since you were living with him, he would call you instead of discussing it with you when he saw you at home? Why do you think that, Mr. Linwood?
Well,
Get to think fast. Just tell me why you think that he would call you, and you would have a record of that, correct? On your phone log that he called you.
I do not, Your Honor. It was an old phone.
But why do you think he would call you instead of discussing it with you in person? Because clearly he wanted you to do something illegal, right? Right? If he was looking to avoid child support, he was looking to do something illegal, right?
Yes.
Isn't that something you would want to discuss in person with somebody rather than over the phone?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So why would you think if he was living with you, he would discuss that with you over the phone? And by the way, where did you get the call?
I got the call. I was at my house, and
where was he?
He's not always at the house.
It's going to get better. I'm going to enjoy it better. All right. Now, Mr. Richard.
Your Honor.
Do you understand? This is not going to turn out well for you or for him, because I read his texts back and forth to the plaintiffs, and his texts back and forth suggest to me he clearly knew that he came into possession of this lottery ticket that did not belong to him. And you knew that if you were involved, that you came into possession of the lottery ticket that didn't belong to you, because immediately what he said was, please don't go to the cops. I will have your money, please. And the first thing he said was that you gave him the lottery ticket as a gift.
As a gift.
As a gift. But then he said that you didn't give it to him as a gift. He said you asked him to cash it for you so that you could avoid child support. Which one do you think it is?
Gift.
It was a gift to him.
Yes.
Well, then he had the money, you see. Then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, he had the money. He said, I didn't spend most of it. I have $900. Then he said, I have $1,400. I have to wait until I get paid, but I'll get it all back to you. And then all of a sudden, your tone changed, Mr. Linwood.
Yes, it did, Your Honor.
And why did your tone change?
Your Honor, my father-in-law told me...
Your father-in-law is a liar. So he can sit down. Sit. And so are you. In a short space of 2 pages, you changed your story 3 times.
Yes, I did.
And you swore, and just a second, and you swore to me that he is a liar. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because he just said to me that it was a gift to you. And your answer says he asked me to cash the lottery ticket for him, and this is a sworn deposition, because at the time he owed back child support, and he was afraid that his winnings would be taken away from him. Now, he just swore to me that he made this lottery ticket gift as a gift to you.
It was not a gift, Your Honor.
Well, so then you just called him a liar. So he's a liar.
Yes.
That's what I said. That's why I told him to sit down. You see, and you came together. And you two are so stupid you can't even get your stories together. You slept in the same hotel room last night and you can't get your stories together. They ought to give a prize for stupid. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,750. We're done. Mr. Hazelton, the defendant is your mother. And it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested a little over a year ago for both stealing her property and for assaulting your sister, who tried to intervene and prevent you from taking her television. That's what the case is about. You spent, according to you, 6 days in jail. You finally bailed yourself out, and you want to be compensated for that. That's what the case is about. Okay. Prior to being arrested last year, when you were arrested on your mother's complaint, how many times had you been arrested before?
A bunch.
How many? More than a dozen?
I could say yes.
And were those, at least some of those arrests, drug-related?
No.
Were they alcohol-related?
No.
Were they physically related? Were they assault cases?
Some. But what does that got to pertain to this case?
Everything pertains to this case. Was some of them involving theft?
No.
Was some of them involving trespass?
No.
So they were all involving assault. More than a dozen cases. What I'm gathering now is information. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else did they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the
I'm
party...
going to talk about this case at hand. If you don't want to discuss this case, then we can just dismiss it.
Great. Then I'm dismissing it. Thank you very much.
All right,
We're
thank
done.
you. You have a good day.
Mr. Hazelton, Officer Byrd tells me that you have had second thoughts about answering the court's questions, and you're asking me to reconsider the dismissal of this case. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So then let's get back to where I was questioning you before. According to your answers previously, you've been arrested at least a dozen times, none involving drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct.
None involving alcohol.
That is correct.
None involving burglary.
That is correct.
None involving theft.
That is correct.
All involving assault.
That is correct. 3 times.
So of the more than dozen times you've been arrested, it is as a result of either temper or a mental illness, if it wasn't drug or alcohol related.
No, my anger gets the best of me.
Well, that's an uncontrollable...
It's an uncontrollable issue.
For which you've been or not been in treatment.
Not.
Is it correct, Miss Hazelton, that your son never had either a drug or an alcohol problem?
Alcohol.
In October of 2015, Mr. Hazelton, how were you supporting yourself?
By working.
For whom?
Green Star Lawn Maintenance.
How long have you worked for them?
For 38 years off and on.
Are you working for them now?
Yes.
Full time?
Yes.
In the same location?
Yes.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember on what day you were arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested on May 6, 2015.
Where?
In Henry County.
Is that where you live?
I lived, yes.
What time were you arrested?
About 12:20.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
And you were at home?
I was at home, right?
And you were arrested on the complaint of your mother and or your sister? Or just your mother?
I was arrested on my mother and sister's complaint stating that I walked in an unlocked door, used the restroom. Upon leaving the restroom, stole the TV out of my mom's room, hit my sister 3 times in the face, and left with the TV.
Okay. You're the sister?
No.
Where is the sister?
She's passed away.
Were you at home that day?
No.
So the sister that you allegedly assaulted is no longer here?
No.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I gather from your answer that you were not at home when this took place.
No.
Did you have a conversation with your daughter when you got home?
She was holding an ice.
Just a second. Did you have a conversation?
Yes.
At what time did you get home on, it would be the 5th?
Right.
of May. What time did you get home?
Between probably 9:30 and quarter to 10, I was playing bingo.
And at that time, Miss Hazelton, who did you live with?
My daughter lived with me.
How old was she?
Let's see.
She was 52.
Yeah, she was 50.
She was 50 then?
Yeah.
So when you came home, it was 9:30, quarter of 10. And tell me first what you saw.
I saw her holding an ice pack on her face, and I asked her what happened. And she said, Glenn came here to use the bathroom, so she let him in. And in the process of using the restroom, he came out with my 32-inch TV, and she went to stop him, and he hit her in the face. That's what she told me. And I was only in the house maybe 5 minutes before the police were knocking on the doors.
Had your daughter called the police?
Yes.
Okay, so she had called the police before you even got home.
Oh, yes.
Do you have the police report?
No, I don't have that.
Do you have the police
Yes, I do.
report? I'd like to see it, sir.
Okay.
Just the police report.
It's right there.
You do know that these reports indicate that you were totally uncooperative, had to be placed in a hood, a spit hood, had to be put in an isolation area.
Excuse me,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
telling me that you were not high on some sort of drug or alcohol that night when they came to your home to arrest you?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Let me first say this.
I asked you a question, Mr. Hazelton. We had
no,
an
I was
agreement.
not high.
We
No, I
had-
was not high. No, I was not on no drugs, okay?
Okay.
My actions speak louder than words. I was arrested, hauled off to jail, ripped out of my bed in my underwear, and you're telling me for a crime I did not commit, how would you react? And the charges were dismissed, not by the judge, by the public defender, the state's attorney, because I didn't steal the TV that my mom said. And my mother sat there and said she's seen me in a while. She hasn't seen me in 7 years. And it's just, or it came out of her in the police report. She states that. And my sister said 2 different signs. She said she came home in an ice pack, but there's no bruises or marks on her. I hit her 3 times. It's all a lie. And why don't they look in her question and call me and ask me, did I do this? They know where I live. You know? They're trying to give me 46 years for this TV. My life is a little more than 46 years, okay? Or acting out in jail or whatever. I didn't do it, and this is the reason I'm suing my mother. I'm out $2,500. I could have gone after her for penal stolen damages.
Your case is dismissed, Mr. Hazelton. You have no case against your mother. We're finished here. I always get nervous when I see people with a whole lot of papers in front of them, especially people who have been in an ongoing custody problem for 2 years. So I'm going to simplify this for you, because sometimes in this job I have to handle cases that I know absolutely nothing about historically. I know everything about this case, despite the fact I've never seen you. The 2 of you were together, you had a child, and you separated in 2015. And since that time, there has been an ongoing acrimonious relationship which culminated just recently in a custody decision. So far, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. And the custody decision was something that you didn't like, because it awarded Mr. Kittle, according to what I read, 50-50 custody. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is something that you did not initially agree to.
It's okay with me that the decision was
That's
made.
not what I said. I said you did not initially agree with it. The answer is, if you initially agreed with it, it wouldn't have been in court for how long?
It's a year and a half, so almost
A year and a half. Because if you would agreed with, is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
If you agreed with your sons spending half the time with each parent, you wouldn't have been in court for a year and a half. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So now, this is what your lawsuit is for. First of all, how old was your son when you separated?
2.
2.
And I'm not going to ask Ms. Kraft this question because she didn't give me a truthful answer when she swore to her complaint. How long were the 2 of you living together prior to separating?
3.5 years.
That is untrue, Judge.
What?
That is untrue.
I read what you wrote here. Mr. Kittle,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
your son was born, was Ms. Kraft living with you?
Yes, she was.
Was his birth a natural birth?
Yes,
Who took her to the hospital?
I did.
Not her mother.
No, not her mother.
You did.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know she said that.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Just a second.
Okay.
You did.
Yes.
I never said my mother took me. We were on our way to a barbecue at his father's house that day.
Listen to me. I don't believe a word of what's in your papers. Do you understand? You said, I never lived with him. I always lived with my mother, but all my things and my son's things were at his house just because.
Not all my things.
Let me see.
Some of my things.
Just a second. What you said was, Christopher and I dated for 4 years, have a 3-year-old son. We never lived together, but I was keeping my and my son's stuff there, furniture, TV, toys, etc., at his house because I was living with my mother.
Because we were planning on moving in together and getting married and having a
I don't
family.
believe what you're saying. Anyway, 2 years later, you want all this stuff back.
I wanted it back
I'm not
from day
asking you a
one.
question. I told you I don't believe you. You just have to understand. I read it. I didn't believe it when I read it. And I for sure don't believe it now. Because there's no question. Son was born. He drove you to the hospital. Who took her home from the hospital?
I did.
Of course.
I have a
And when
text-
you...
Sorry.
I'll get to you. I mean, if you want to make a fool of yourself, you can do that. I'll be more than happy to let you do that. When you took her home from the hospital with your son, was there a room ready for your son?
Yes.
Was there a crib there?
Yes.
Who bought it?
Her aunt bought the crib.
Her aunt bought the crib.
Right.
And had it delivered where?
To my house.
Her
That
aunt
is
who?
incorrect.
Her aunt who?
I don't remember her name. Her dad's sister. I don't remember her name. Laura, I think it is.
It was delivered to my house. It has the address, and I have a receipt with my address on it at my mother's house.
I don't care. I don't believe you. Neither did the family court judge. That's why he was awarded 50-50 custody.
I have a message from Christopher claiming that I never lived at his house.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Now, if that's your case, was there a trial with regard to custody?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Did each of you have an attorney?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
You have an attorney?
Yes.
How many witnesses did you call? Called yourself?
Yes.
Who else?
My mother.
Who else?
I think that was it. They also called police officers.
They called the police officers from an incident allegedly 2 years ago.
Yes.
And after the entire case, what happened to the temporary restraining order that you filed against him?
It got dismissed.
Dismissed.
Mhm.
Okay. And how many allegations did you file against him with the Department of Children and Family Services?
2.
And what happened with those cases?
I'm not sure. I think
Nothing.
they were, nothing.
Nothing. And the judge, after you filed those cases, awarded him half custody. What days do you have your son with you?
It was 5 or 6 DCFS reports, and I have my kid Friday. Every Friday we swap, so it's 50-50. So I pick him up at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then, vice versa.
And how long has that been going on?
Since she did the order of protection on me, so 2 years.
So that's been in effect for 2 years.
Yes. They consolidated both the custody and the order of protection to save us some money.
When was this final order delivered by the court after the
March
trial?
31st. The judgment you're talking about, the custody judgment?
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
And the order of protection ended November 18th, 2016.
And I highlighted with the juicy stuff.
And I never objected
I'm not
to
s-
the 50. Sorry.
These were the findings of the court after a full trial. Although the parties never married, they lived together for the first 2 years of life and were engaged to be married. They split up in the fall of 2015, and mother moved in with her mother. After this case was filed, a temporary order of protection which provided for week-on, week-off parenting time. So that's what the judge found. I didn't even read this. After a full trial, that's what the court found, that you and defendant lived together.
So it doesn't even matter that he admitted I never lived with him and I have that message?
Listen to me carefully. It matters to me what the court found after a full trial.
But we're not here about custody right now because it's still an open case.
I'm not listening to you. I'm reading. You have another child from another relationship who was living with whom when you were living with Mr. Kittle?
With me and my mother, and we'd stay
Okay,
the night
so
at
the
Mr.
child-
Kittle's house.
I can't get a straight answer from you. Who was the child living with?
With me.
Her older child.
Yes.
He was not. He was
I'm not
attending
listening to
school in
you.
Belleville. He doesn't have any proof that I was living with him either, and I have
Very
proof
good. Your
that I
case is
wasn't.
dismissed. Primarily because you didn't listen 3 times when I told you not to speak. But mostly because you have no case. And you better get used to the fact that when you make a baby with somebody, that baby has 2 parents.
I understand.
Not just, no, clearly you don't. Clearly you don't. Because after everything was done and you got a final custody decision, which I haven't even finished reading, but it was clear that the judge didn't believe a lot of what you said. from my quick perusal of this decision. What happens, unless you learn to get along with each other and co-parent this child, is, and I'm telling you from reading what little I did from this judge's order, he's going to end up with full custody of the child because this judge is not going to take nonsense from you. It's clear to me. I'm just telling you, this judge who heard your case is not going to take nonsense from you. If you find a reason to fudge with the custody arrangement, because this man is not giving up. And what happens in situations like this is if there is an obstreperous parent who undercuts another parent, what's going to happen is you're going to lose custody of this child. I just want you to understand. I'm giving you the benefit of my crystal ball. He's keeping all the stuff that's in his house.
Even though
the
I have
judge found
receipts.
I don't care if you have receipts. I don't care if you have toilet paper from here to Pluto. The judge found that you lived together and that you were unemployed since 2008. Do you want me to read the finding?
Yes, my mother bought all the
right
items.
here.
I even have bank statements.
Mother lives in Belleville with her mother, her brother, her 8-year-old son was born of a previous relationship. Mother is a student. She was last employed in 2008. So that when you were living with him, when you were living with him for 2 years, unless you had some other form of income, he was supporting you.
My mother.
Your case is dismissed. Listen to me. Listen to me.
He
Her
never
case
supported
is
anything
dismissed.
of mine.
I got to
Listen to me carefully. Okay. I read your counterclaim, which you would never have filed but for this ridiculous lawsuit that you filed.
No.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Because
I just wanted to be over.
What? You want it over.
Right.
I understand that, and you're right.
I just want my property.
You can't have it. It's not yours.
It is mine. I have
Your case is
receipts for it,
dismissed.
and it
We're
was
done.
paid
Put her
for.
out.
Ma'am, you're excused.
You're withdrawing your counterclaim, correct? Yes, you are.
Oh, well, the deductible. Can I just...
We're done.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Burns, this is your complaint. You had purchased a car.
Yes.
You were behind in the payments.
Yes.
Mr. Kimball owns a tow truck, and it is his job on behalf of lending institutions to repossess property that has not been paid for. So your car was parked either on the street or in your house.
Yes, in front of my house.
And this was September 25th last year. Neighbor came to you in your house and said, someone's taking your car. You got outside and you saw Mr. Kimball in his tow truck down the street with your car attached.
No.
Tell me where you saw his car.
I observed Mr. Kimball at the end, like a block away on the passenger side of my car, removing items. At the same time, I was talking to the police when the neighbor had came and got me. I live in a high crime neighborhood area, and first thing she said, it's a black tow truck, and they took your car and went and rode off.
So the car was attached to the tow truck.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Now, at the time, you knew that you were behind in payments on the car.
Actually, I had spoken with the guy who...
At the time, you were behind in payments on the car. You acknowledge it.
Yes,
here.
I knew I owed some.
Right. So, an intelligent man would know that if you were behind in payments on the car, they may come and get it. Not definitely, but they may come and get it. Well, that was what he was hired for. Who hired you to do this job?
Northwest Repossession.
Do you know who hired Northwest Repossession?
The company would be Quality Auto Sales.
Did you buy your car at Quality Auto Sales?
Yes.
Well, they're the people that hired his company to get their property back. So tell me what you did.
Okay, when I observed Mr. Kimball at the end of the block removing items, I caught him on the passenger side of my car. At the same time, I was talking to 911 because I figured my car was being stolen. I had spoke to the person who I previously bought the car from, and everything was fine.
I don't believe that, and you don't have that person here.
Okay.
Okay, because the person that you bought the car from hired his company to repossess your car.
Okay, at the same time.
Okay. So now, just tell me what you did.
Okay, I talked to the police. I asked him who was he. He never identified who he was.
Just a second. I want to know what you did. You ran to the end of the block where he was.
No, we drove to the end of the block, and I observed him.
Who drove?
My wife did.
So your wife drove in her car?
Yes.
To the end of the block, and then what did you do?
I was on the phone with 911, and I told them that I see the guy right there.
Just a second. I didn't ask you what you told anybody.
Okay, I
said,
didn't do
what
anything.
did-
I approached him and asked him who was he.
Just a second. So you approached him.
Yes.
Where was he when you approached him?
The passenger side of the car.
And what did he say to you?
He didn't say anything. He just got up and ran around to the driver's side of the tow truck. And by me living in a high crime neighborhood area, if he would have told me who he was, the situation would have been ended. He didn't identify himself or who he was or who had sent him. It's normally known in my neighborhood. I just live in Chicago. High crime area, and they known for taking cars on tow trucks and driving off. You never find your car again. I asked him who was he. He never identified himself in a professional manner. So I proceeded to talk to the police. I'm like, he right here. He tried to run around and jump in the car. When he jumped in the tow truck, he tried to close the door, and I'm like, he never identified. I'm like, who are you? I'm steady asking him, who is he? He never said anything. So I'm telling the police. Next thing I know, he put the truck in drive and almost hit me with the tow truck. So I had to grab on to the handle. It's a safety bar on the side of the tow truck. When he drove off like in a high rate of speed. So I wasn't finna let him get out of my sight because he never identified himself. I feel if he would have identified himself.
I know that you said that already. What I'm hearing is, and reading,
Yes.
that you wrote, you jumped on the sideboard.
Yes.
Okay, you jumped on the sideboard and held on to the sideboard.
Yes.
And he was driving off.
Yes.
At a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And then what happened?
He veered on the south side of the street, crashing into some parked cars with me stuck in between the doors.
Now you tell me your version, because we'll get to what the lawsuit is about, because he filed charges against you for assault.
Yes.
You say that they were false. Now he's going to tell me his version of the events. Go.
Hi, Your Honor.
Okay, you were hired, that's your job, to repossess property that hasn't been paid for.
Correct.
You got an order to pick up his car.
Correct.
Start from there.
Okay, so I picked the vehicle up, Your Honor. About 7 blocks away, I secured the vehicle.
How many blocks away from his house?
About 7 blocks.
Go ahead.
So as I was securing the vehicle to my tow truck, Mr. Burns came up to me, and he was very defensive.
Don't tell me what you thought about his posture.
Okay, he asked me, what were you doing? What are you doing?
And what did you say?
I said, sir, your car's up for repossession. He said, the car's not up for repossession. He got aggressive, started coming towards me. I backed up. I kept backing up, and I went in my truck. He said, put the vehicle down before I beat your, excuse my language. I told him I can't put the vehicle down until I close the door. He did not want to hear that. He stood on the running board. I put the vehicle on drive because it was already secure. I started driving at a slow speed. He grabbed onto the steering wheel, and then we had smacked into a car. Prior to this, before he had jumped on a running board, he hit me in my side about 2 or 3 times.
Where was he when he hit you in your side?
He's standing on the running board of the truck.
Okay, so he's standing on the running board of the truck, and you're inside the truck.
Correct, I'm sitting.
And he's standing on the running board.
Correct.
And how did he hit you?
He punched me to the side, so like in my ribs. So if I'm sitting here right now, and he's standing right here, he would hit me in my side.
Where was the car that he drove up in?
I have no idea, Your Honor.
You didn't see a car?
Well, he was parked in the street, in the city streets, so every car is parallel parking. There's tons of...
From his house, he said his wife drove him to where you were.
Okay.
Did you see her?
When he approached, there was a female in the car, yes.
Did you see what she was doing as this was going on?
She was just sitting in the vehicle.
Now, when you say you secured the vehicle, what do you have to do to secure the vehicle?
You have to put a safety chain on the vehicle, so the vehicle, when you drive away, it doesn't fall off. So
Okay.
for safety
But you did, in fact, drive it away a certain,
Yes.
you said a few blocks.
Correct.
How was it attached to the tow truck then?
Well, because when you pick the vehicle up, it has claws, a mechanism that sits where the tires are. So it sits on the tow truck. You can continue to drive away, but you go to a certain distance to secure it. This way, when you're on the highway or something, you know, if the car, if it was to fall off, it's not going to hit somebody or et cetera.
Okay. So then you stopped, when you felt it was safe, you stopped to secure it.
Correct.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. And do you have the work order to pick up the
Yes,
car?
I do.
I'd also like to take a look at that. Do you have any other police report?
No, this is all they gave me, ma'am.
Do you have any police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Upon the accident, when the police arrived on the scene, I left in the ambulance because I was injured. And when I got there, they signed me out, and they came with the with that charge that he talking about that I hit him. That's what the officer said. Not the police officer, but the sergeant, because the other officers was like, man, we didn't even have time for this. You should have left the scene. That's what the black officers, they was just saying all type of observe.
Just a second. Don't tell me what anybody said to you,
Okay.
Mr. Burns.
Okay.
You were wrong.
No.
You were wrong.
No,
He
ma'am.
had authorization to take, just pay attention.
Okay.
He had authorization to take your car. You had no business. You had no business to get on the running board of his truck to endanger him, other people that may be out there. I know you're shaking your head no. I know you're shaking your head no. Bottom line is, he had the right to have possession of your car. That's what this order says. He had the right to have possession of your car. You had no right to take control of his car by getting on the running board. And because you did that, you caused an accident. Miss Russell, did you and Mr. McNulty ever live together?
Yes, we did.
From when to when?
We lived together from September 1st to November 12th.
Of last year?
Yes, of 2016.
But that was after your daughter was born?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm talking about prior to her birth.
No.
And at the time that she was born, were you and the defendant still dating?
No.
When had you stopped dating?
In September of 2015.
Your complaint indicated, the first couple of lines, that Mr. McNulty did not know he had a child due to some, use the word mix-up, for the first 4 months of her life. Was that a mix-up because there was someone else who was originally named as the father?
There was. I was dating someone.
Okay. So there was someone else who was named as the father. And what prompted you to take another step towards finding that Mr. McNulty, who actually had a paternity test, was the father of the child?
He contacted me asking for it, paternity test.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Honestly, it was crazy how I found out about it. I just found out through a picture online, and I saw that the child looked like me, and I just kind of had this crazy hunch that it might be mine, so I contacted her and got the paternity test done. And
just a minute. When you contacted her, where was she living?
it was Lafayette, Indiana, which is about an hour and a half from me, almost 2 hours.
With whom?
Her sister.
And in what month was that?
I can't tell you exactly. I want to say it was around September.
So you're talking about September of 2016.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you found out that this little girl was yours, according to what I read, you invited her to come to move into your house.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I invited her to be closer to my daughter, and I told her that she could live with me until she got on her feet, found her own place. I wanted to be closer to my daughter, and I just wanted to be friends with her, co-parent.
Do you have any other children?
I do not.
Do you have any other children?
No.
And I assume you didn't have your own place to live?
Not at the time, no.
When you moved into Mr. McNulty's house, you have a house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms are in the house?
3.
Your daughter had 1 bedroom?
Correct.
Did you have the other?
Yes.
And Mr. McNulty the third?
Yes.
So you were living there as 2 parents of a child. You were not a couple. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Now, an incident occurred in September wherein you claimed that Mr. McNulty damaged your car, took your cell phone, and threw your property out.
He threw some of my belongings out, not all of them, and it was in November.
Would you like to explain to me, Miss Russell, why this man who actually tried, at least on the surface, tried to do everything in an appropriate fashion, contacted you to find out whether he had a child, bore the expense probably of a paternity test, found out that this was in fact his child, and you were, for all intents and purposes, homeless. You didn't have your own residence. He invited you to come to stay in his house, your own bedroom, because he wanted to, he uses the word co-parent, he wanted to be closer to his child. You want to tell me why he would do such dastardly things? You want to tell me what happened?
He came home with a woman, and I told her to leave, and she didn't know that there was a baby and another woman there. So she agreed to leave.
She didn't know there was a baby and another woman there?
Yes.
You mean you, the other woman?
Me and my child. She had no idea we were there, and she gladfully left.
Okay.
He, in a rage, headbutted me twice, threw me against a wall. I got away from him by pushing all I could away from the wall. And running to get my cell phone to call the police, which I did. The operator told me to go into the...
Don't tell me what the operator told you.
I went into my daughter's bedroom. There are no locks on any of the doors in the house, not even the bathroom. So I tried holding her door shut until the police arrived. And I was instructed to get out of the house.
Don't tell me what you were instructed to do.
Okay.
Just tell me what you did, what he said to you, what you said to him.
So I was able to get out of the house with our daughter, and the police came They took our statements and they instructed him
Don't
not.
tell me what they said unless you have a police report.
I do have. I have
I'd like
two.
to take a look at it. Well, it appears that from the police reports, at least, after speaking to you, that you did not report to the police that he head-butted you twice. What the police officer noted after conversation with you, that you told the female to leave. She stated that Corey became angry, pushed her, and put his forehead against hers. That's what the officer
That was
said.
incorrect.
That's what the officer said.
Mhm.
She had no complaint of pain and no visible marks of abuse. She further stated she really didn't want him going to jail, but separated from her for the night. He argued with the police, probably a little drunk, but
I was
totally
more
wrong.
upset
not
about getting kicked out of my own
wrong
house.
that you were
Yeah.
being kicked out of your own house,
Yeah.
where plaintiff neither pays any of the bills,
Yes,
nor
ma'am.
is it her home. However, you did separate to the extent that you slept it off in the garage.
No, negative, ma'am.
Where did you sleep?
I went to my buddy's down the street after the police officer told me to leave. He gave me the option to go to jail or leave, so I left.
Okay. Did you come back the next morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What time?
It was around 7:30.
Okay. And when he came back at 7:30, I want you to tell me what happened.
He never left. I saw him walk in through the garage, which he was sleeping in his sleeping bag in the garage.
Fine. So he was, but he didn't bother you. Whether he was sleeping at his friend's down the street or in a sleeping bag in the garage, he wasn't near you for the rest of the night.
He was instructed not to come into the house.
Listen to me carefully. Not to come into his own home. Let's move on. You have 3 complaints. Your complaint is that he took your phone.
Yes.
That he damaged your car, and that he has your stuff. I've read the police reports. So let me tell you what the police say you told them. The second police report indicates that you went to the police because he was still there. And when the police came back with you because you couldn't find your cell phone. And when you came back with a police officer who notes that Miss Russell advised that she wanted to gather a few things from the home and that she would be going to stay with a family friend. That was the next morning. Officer Vasquez went back to Miss Russell's residence and observed Corey had placed all of her belongings in bags outside of the residence. Miss Russell gathered what she could fit in her vehicle and advised she would need to come back later for the rest of the items. Miss Russell further advised that she noticed a dent in her 2007 Jeep Patriot and believed Corey may have done it, but wasn't for sure.
I was certain.
Just a second. That's what it says here. Noticed a dent. She believed he might have done it, wasn't for sure. Miss Russell was able to leave the scene without incident. I want you to tell me, what proof do you have for the 3 things we're talking about? What proof do you have that he took your phone?
So when I went to sleep the morning of the incident, when he was supposed to leave the house, all 3 of the bedroom doors in the hallway were open. When I woke up, one was closed, and my phone that was sitting on my nightstand on my charger was gone.
Where's her phone?
I don't know, ma'am. The police escorted me out of the premises.
Next. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep. I don't care.
Next.
The police escorted him out. The next thing that happened was 7 o'clock in the morning. You saw him walking in from the garage. Okay. Dent on the Jeep.
He admitted to me that he did it.
Okay. When was that?
The morning of around 7:30, before when I was on my way out to go to the police station to make the report. I looked at my vehicle and I angrily said, "You dented my Jeep," and he said, "Oh well."
I did not say that, ma'am, no.
Next.
Next. The officer who made the note that all of my things were on the porch, they were not all of my things. I did not go into the house and collect my things. Him and his stepfather put my clothes in bags and some of my small belongings. I even have a picture
Just a second. Do you want to tell me what you claim he still has that belongs to you?
I have a list.
Tell me.
So I have my dineware set, my wine glasses, all of my kitchen utensils, all of my cookware, all of my baking pans, crock pot, oven mitts.
Just a second. When did you move in with all that stuff?
When he came to get me at my sister's, his grandmother paid for a moving truck, and my sister helped us move all of my belongings from her apartment into the moving truck, which we brought to his house, which has all of these items.
Okay. Can I see that bird?
And I also have I have a
second.
picture, if you want the pictures.
Do you have her TV?
I do not, ma'am. I have enough TVs in my house to
Just a
need
second.
another.
Did she move in with the TV?
She did.
Where is it?
I put everything of hers on the front porch, and she left it there for a couple days, so.
So you don't know where it is?
I left it out there, and I told her it's her problem to get it. I didn't put it on the garbage.
Well,
or
but you
nothing.
know a TV was not noted by the police.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that? Okay. Do you have anything in your home now
I do not.
that belongs to her? Okay, now I'm going to see the bill for the 47-inch TV. I'd like to see the paid bill for it.
I also have a picture coming up that has my placemats and a picture of him with those placemats just 2 weeks ago for the items that he says he does not have in his home.
Okay, so the television set was $479.91. What are these things?
Everything on the list is stuff I've purchased, but the ones that I highlighted are the ones that he still has in his possession.
And what's this supposed to be a picture of?
That picture matches the small photograph. The photograph has my placemats at my apartment. He has the exact same placemats in that picture at his house. It's proof that he does still have my items that he is claiming he does not have.
I don't care. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $994. We're done.
Your Honor, I
We're
still have
done.
evidence.
We're done.
What about my vehicle?
He's not paying for your vehicle because I have a police report where you say I have a dent in my car. I think Corey did it, but
I didn't
have no.
say that to the police officer.
Well, that's
though.
what the police officer says. We're done. Mr. Siebold, Miss Clark is the daughter of your girlfriend,
Yes.
and she has 2 children, 2 small children.
Yes, that is correct.
There came a time when, for whatever circumstances, she came to live with you with her 2 children.
Correct.
When was that?
That was in late of 2016.
And when did she leave your residence?
That would be in October of 2017.
So she lived there for a while.
Yes.
Your complaint is twofold. You say that she's responsible for you having to break a window in your car.
Correct.
Because of something that happened with one of her children.
Correct.
And the child was in danger. So you had to break the window in order to extricate the child from the car. You're going to tell me what happened. When did that happen?
That happened in August of 2017.
No, that happened June 8th.
Is she correct?
As far as I'm aware, to my knowledge, it was in August.
Whatever it is, she lived there subsequent to either June or August for several months.
Correct.
The second part of your claim is for cost of getting a dumpster to remove some property that she left behind when she moved out. All right, why don't you tell me whether it was in August or June, why don't you tell me about the incident that occurred that required you to break your own car window?
Okay. On the dating question, basically, I was upstairs.
Not basically.
Well, upstairs, I was in my room, and then Ms. Clark comes upstairs and says, Michael, I've locked Brooklyn in the car. My response was,
just a second, I've locked
the kids in the car. And I said, okay.
Just a second. Do you remember that? No. You don't remember going upstairs to get him and saying, I've locked the kids in the car? You tell me how it happened. Because you did lock the kids in the car.
No.
Who did?
My mom.
Okay, where were you?
I was following close behind her. I was getting the
Just a
diaper.
second, so you were there?
No, I was getting the diaper bag ready.
What?
The diaper bag.
Don't move. Well, that's not what you say in your answer. You say in your answer, Michael had given the keys to the car to my mother, who went with me to the car and put my daughter in her car seat, who went with me.
I was following close behind her. I was getting the diaper bag ready. I went downstairs and my mom was banging on the car window with my daughter locked inside.
Where was Michael?
Upstairs.
Who went to get him?
My mom.
Your mother or you? And what were you doing?
I was outside in the driveway with my daughter.
Who was in the car?
Yes.
So your mother went to get Michael?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
No.
She went to get him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So as Ivory came up to tell me that the child was locked in the car, first response out of my mouth was, you need to call a locksmith. So I go downstairs. I'm getting dressed. I'm rushing down so I can go down to see what's going on. Brooklyn, who is in the back passenger seat.
How old is she?
At that time, she was probably just a little bit over a year, maybe. And she had the keys in her hand. And I'm like, Brooklyn, can you push the button? She's pushing the lock key because it simply makes the noise. Well, with my car, once you disable it, if you push the lock key too many times, you can't get in. So the locksmith showed up. So the locksmith comes in. He tries to jimmy the passenger door. He can't do it with the Slim Jim. At the same time, they're on the driver's side with me. We're trying to see if we can get inside. Tina is on the other side, on the passenger side, and she says, Michael, something's wrong. And I said, what do you mean? She says, Brooklyn just passed out. So I go to the other side. Brooklyn's passed out. She's kind of leaning to the side. My response was, I need to break my window. So I go to the garage, I grab a hammer, and I smash the hammer about 3 or 4 times into the window. I'm able to bust open the window. Once we get Brooklyn out, Tina grabs Brooklyn, takes her to the garage where there's some shade. So we're waking her up, giving her some water, making sure she's okay. Meanwhile, Miss Clark is standing in the driveway, just kind of standing there and not really doing anything. So I kind of looked at her and I said, okay, this was your fault. You handed the keys to the car to the daughter. while you're putting her in the car, I said, you're going to pay for my window. And she says, okay, I understand. And I said, now when we're done, I'm going to go get some dummy keys made so we can go and make sure this doesn't happen again. After that, following day, I scheduled for a window to come in. The window repair guy had to take it to my mom's house. He brought the window, repaired it. Following day after that, I had to go and get the dummy keys made.
Do you have a bill for the window?
Yes, I do, ma'am. And I also have a picture of the damaged window if you'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it. Which window did you break?
This was the front passenger window. And I also have text messages between me and Ms. Clark about the window and her paying me.
May I see it?
Yeah, this is when she was stating after she gets her taxes.
Well, you told him you would pay for the window.
I probably did, but I don't remember.
Okay, now let's get to the dumpster. You moved out on what date?
I don't remember.
What date did you move out?
It was in late October of 2017.
And what did you have to get a dumpster for?
Well, Ms. Clark, when she left, she ended up leaving some stuff in the room. She left some mattresses and she left all kinds of trash and junk and things inside the room. Also, when she was living with us, she ended up causing some damage to some of my furniture.
I don't want to hear about that.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about while she was living with you. So she left mattresses and some other junk.
Yes. I have pictures of the room of what
I'd
it
like
looked
to
like.
see it.
So there's tons of different items inside the room, but the reason why we had to get a dumpster was because we can't throw the mattresses in the regular trash, because where we're at, you have to have a dumpster big enough for all the mattresses to fit in there, but not go over the top.
The mattresses were not mine.
Whose are they?
His. He paid for them a long time ago.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're not yours. Did he pay for them and give them to you to use?
I was underage. They are not mine. It was not my responsibility to take them with me.
What about this? Is this your responsibility?
Yeah. I wasn't worried about cleaning up the room.
Just a second. I'm just asking you, is this your mess?
Yeah, when I left.
Okay. How much did you pay for the dumpster?
Dumpster in total was $310.
May I see the bill, please?
Yes. And then I also do have a quote for the Sidewinder keys if you want to see that.
What?
The Sidewinder keys that were needed?
No, I don't care about that. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The most that we used it for was for hers.
That's not what I asked you. Did you use the dumpster for any of your own things?
The furniture that was ruined due to the time she was living there, I threw some of it in there. We haven't done everything yet because it's already getting on the way.
Just a second. Is the dumpster still there?
It hasn't been delivered. They have a specific drop date that is being delivered. We had to wait based off of their time frame. So everything was paid for. Everything's been sitting there.
Very good. So
everything's in the garage ready to
$250
go.
for the window, and you are getting rid of some of your own things in the dumpster.
It's everything
Yes,
of
I was
hers.
told that they had gotten...
Shh, don't speak. Well, you just told me that you were getting rid of some of your own things. You said some of my things, but that they damaged when they were living there.
Right, because it's no longer usable.
Those are your things that you are disposing of.
It's not by choice. That's the problem.
I don't care.
It's not by choice.
I don't care. The truth of the matter is she's living with her mother and her mother's grandchildren.
Well, technically, they're living
Just a
with
second.
me. The house
I don't
is
care.
mine.
With your consent. But
Correct.
she is living with her mother, with her grandchildren.
Correct.
With your consent if it's your house. But if she's living there for over a year, you may have had some sort of a kerfuffle in October. But if you were dissatisfied with the way she was taking care of the property while you were living there, you should have told her she had to move well before October or September or August or June. Do you understand? And if you're getting rid of the furniture now, that's your problem. Now, this is a mess. Did you clean this up?
Yes.
It's a question. So just let's be clear. Now you're going to give me easy answers that I can put in a box.
Okay.
Where did you put all the stuff?
Everything is in the garage.
All this junk is in the garage.
Except for the trash bags.
Is what you're telling me that even the stuff that was pretty disposable, you just didn't put in trash and put out?
No, everything that could be thrown away at the time was thrown away. We had other trash that was in the garage from Miss Clark when she had moved in. So all of that is combined with what was in the room and some other furniture and things that she had throughout the house.
Okay, so she's going to pay for half the dumpster. Now, what I gather from what you say to me, sir, is that nothing has been disposed of yet.
Right, because they have to drop the
Not a
dumpster.
because. What I'm gathering from what you say, nothing has been disposed of yet.
Correct.
So far, she owes you $400. That includes half the dumpster. Now, you have a counterclaim. He's not giving you any money. What property do you want back?
All of my children's things.
What?
My children's things.
What things?
A jumper, a walker, a playmat, a booster, a bumbo, the playpen,
You have all those things? I assume you haven't thrown those things away.
A lot of the things that were damaged, that were busted, we threw out.
Just a second. She just listed a whole bunch of things. Do you have any of those things? A playpen?
I don't.
A jumper?
No, we don't have a playpen. When she came back to get her stuff.
Just a second. Its stuff is here. I see it.
Can I see the photo?
It. It's a bit. Yeah, you gave it to me.
Right. When she came back, when she left in October, she came back 3 days later. And when she came back with Mr. Padilla over there. They came back, grabbed the dresser, the playpen, and a few other items that they did not take.
When they initially left.
Your Honor.
Right.
Stand up, sir. Stand up. Move over here.
Okay.
Move over here. Now you're two people, two very strong people, and you came back 3 days after, or 4 days after, or 5 days after you moved out.
We did not go back. So he gave us that night to remove all of her belongings.
Just a second. So what you're telling me is you did not go back to the residence?
We were not allowed back at the residence. We were not allowed inside of the residence after we were kicked, or after she was kicked out. So that night.
Where were you staying?
Where was I staying? At my mom's house. That was where I lived with at the time.
What were you doing there?
What was I doing there that night that I went to go back to get her?
Well, but go back.
I mean, I was trying to help her out. I mean, I'm not going to let my girlfriend just be on the streets, you know? And that's what they were doing. But he gave us that.
Just a second. What is it that was left in the house that you need now? I assume you live together?
Yes.
That you need now for your children that's in the house. I'm asking, don't look at her list. I'm asking you, what is it that you need now for your children that was left in the house?
We had to go repurchase everything.
You bought whatever you needed.
Yes.
So you don't need anything that's there.
No.
Good. Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $400. Your counterclaim's dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Johnson, you and Ms. Page are connected because you each have a child who has the same father.
Yes.
Would that be you?
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant came to the house. You live together?
No. Well, as of now, yes.
As of?
Back when the case happened, yeah, we did live together.
And while you were living together, it is your claim that the defendant came over one evening, assaulted you, and vandalized your car.
Yes.
The defendant denies she was even in town on the night that she's alleging that this happened. And she has a counterclaim. She says that you've been harassing her. She believes that you somehow vandalized her car with some foreign object in her gas tank. She's got a counterclaim. Okay, when did this incident happen?
On May 5th.
Of this year?
Yes.
What time?
It was about 12:30, between 12:30 a.m. and 1 a.m.
So tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor. On the night of May 5th, me and Gary were celebrating Cinco de Mayo. We had some margaritas and tacos, and then we were going to call it a night around 12:30. Gary goes to bed, and his phone just starts to ring right before I lay down. And it's an unknown call constantly coming in. So eventually I answer, and it was
How many times did it ring?
Probably about 5 missed calls.
Okay.
And so finally I pick up, and it's Zuri on the other line, and she's like, where's Gary? And I said.
Now, do you know her? Had you met her before?
Yes.
How many times?
We've known each other for over 3 years.
So you knew her voice, or she identified herself?
Exactly, yes.
What did she say?
She said, where is Gary? I said, he's asleep. She said, he's been at my house for 3 nights. And I said, well, that's impossible because he's been home. So she's like, well, where is he? I said, he's asleep. She said, wake him up. So then I wake Gary up, and I hand Gary the phone, and he's like, this is a joke, just hang up. So right before I hang up, she says, open the door. Right before we opened the door, it was a knock maybe 5 seconds later. So Gary runs to the door and looks in the peephole, and he can't make out who it is. She's like leaning on the door. So then I look in the peephole, and I said, Gary, this is a Zuri. And Gary's like, is it? So he looks back in the peephole, and then I yell, we didn't open the door yet. I say, Zuri, why are you at my house at 1 a.m? She's like, I need to speak to Gary. I said, okay. So then Gary's like, well, what do you want? So immediately I call the police. And I said, I need a police officer dispatched to my location. So Gary goes and opens the door, and she's extremely intoxicated. She's like, I need you to come to my truck. And Gary says, why? I'm standing behind Gary. Gary has his hands on the side of the door. I'm standing behind him, and she's like, well, I need to speak to you. I need you to come to my truck. So then Gary's like, well, what do you need? Then she calls me a drunk and just starts like talking crazy and calling me names and says I'm scary. And then we started arguing. I'm still in the back of Gary. So then she reaches under Gary and grabs my hair and pulls me into the hallway. And then that's when we start to fight. I have pictures of bruises, scratches, and everything from that night.
I'd like to see them, please. I'd also like, did the police ever respond?
Yes, they did.
I'd like to see the police report.
Okay. There's also pictures in there of the broken window as well.
Well, I see the window. We haven't gotten to the window yet.
Okay.
Now, there are pictures here of a broken windshield.
Yes.
And the police report is clear that after the police came to discuss what happened to you, you were sort of reluctant to speak to them and a little, according to the report, a little intoxicated yourself.
Yes.
A sergeant also responded to the location, and it was the sergeant who observed the broken windshield on the car, and they identified the car as belonging to you.
Yes.
They went back upstairs to speak to you. At that time, since you believed she had broken your windshield, then you said, well, that's enough. I want to press charges. So that's how we're here.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I get from reading this report. Okay. What time had you parked your car that evening?
I would say about 6 p.m.
Now, you told me before that you and Gary were living together at the time.
Yes.
That's not what it says in here.
Yeah, Gary was living with me on and off around that time.
Well, now it is. So Gary was living with you on and off.
Yes.
Lisa, that would be you, right?
Yes.
Lisa said that Gary, her child's father, was only there to watch their child. Lisa and Gary were no longer in a dating relationship, nor was blank and blank. I assume her and somebody else said that even though that they had problems in the past, they had not seen or spoken to one another in quite some time. Lisa claimed to have no idea why the defendant and her friend arrived at the door. Now, you didn't tell me about a friend.
I was getting to that part. Gary pulls us apart. Her friend runs in out of, I guess it was someone she was riding with in the truck. She runs in and pulls me back. Gary pulls Azuri back, and they stop the fight. Azuri then snatches away from Gary and runs out the front door into the back of the parking lot. Her friend then leaves out the back door to the parking lot where they were parked at. I went back in the house right after, and that's when I would say maybe literally 2 minutes later, the police showed up. The police asked me what was going on, and I told them that it was an
I got what you wrote, what you said to them. I read the report. Okay, Miss Page. Ball's in your court.
Honestly, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay.
I was out of town that week at my mom's. I wasn't even there. I have not spoken to Gary, to her. I do not associate myself with them whatsoever. And this has been going on for 3 years. Ms. Johnson has followed me to 3 different jobs.
No. We're talking about
came out of
something, Ms.
nowhere.
Page, entirely different, following you 3 jobs. If your testimony is, I was out of town at my mother's house, then you have nothing to add to your testimony. Then I have to make a decision as to whether or not I believe her or believe you. Do you have any witnesses to testify that you were out of town that evening?
Yes, my fiance dropped me off to my mom's.
Great. That would be your witness. And you have a witness what happened that night?
Yes.
You have Gary.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't actually have to hear either one of them. I just have to make a judgment as to whether Miss Johnson caused little marks on her face and whether Miss Johnson took a rock or something and busted out the windshield of her own car that night and then decided to blame it on you. I have to decide whether that happened. I don't think that happened. So I'm quite sure that your fiancé would say that he dropped you off at your mother's house, and I'm quite sure that Gary would say you came to the house and there was a fight. So, do you have an estimate for the windshield?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's still not fixed.
Where is it?
It's at home. I've been riding with it with plastic on my window, which is, it's really hard because I have to have my son sit in that back seat.
Okay, that's $330. Now, I assume that you did not seek any sort of medical treatment that night?
No, ma'am. It was just scratches and bruises.
Well, I see the photographs, and it does look like there was quite a fight.
Yeah.
Precipitated by your arriving that night, either drunk or sober.
I was not there.
How old is your child with Gary?
Mine, she's 3.
And yours?
2.
2. You have a boy or a girl?
I have a boy.
Does Gary see your daughter often?
No, he's not allowed to. He was court ordered not to be left alone with any children. He was found unfit.
By what court?
Champaign County.
Is that correct?
That's what she say.
What does that mean?
I'm saying that's what she say. If she don't got no paperwork saying I can't be around my kids.
Are you around your son?
Yep, every day.
Well, and evidently it doesn't apply to that child.
I have no idea.
When was the last time he saw his daughter?
I actually have no idea. The only time he is allowed to see her is when my daughter is at his stepmom's house, and then he sees her over there when he goes.
So your daughter does go to his family's house?
His stepmom's, yes.
How often?
Maybe once every other week, and she'll probably keep her for a couple of days to spend time with her.
And so he is permitted to see her there?
Yes, he has to be supervised.
Okay, so he's not permitted around other children. He has supervised visitation with his daughter for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is. All kinds of reasons, both valid and stupid, for making those kinds of orders. I'm thoroughly familiar with both the valid ones and the stupid ones, and that has nothing to do with you. I'm talking about judges making orders for good reason and orders for stupid reasons. It seems to me if you're not capable of having unsupervised visitation with a 3-year-old, you shouldn't be capable of spending time every day with a 2-year-old. So clearly this had more to do with you than with a child, to me, in my head, but that's only me in my head. Anyway, you owe her $1,500. You owe her $300 to fix her car, and the rest is for coming to the house in the middle of the night and picking a fight and assaulting her.
That was not me, Your Honor.
We are done here. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Ms. Rodriguez, what I read is a complaint that suggests that you and the defendant, who were friends and perhaps in a relationship for a brief period of time, had a falling out. And during the time that you were friends, whatever relationship that was, according to your complaint, you brought a television set that was yours to the defendant's house.
Yes.
When did you do that?
That was in June of 2016. Excuse me.
Is that right?
No.
When was it?
It was June of 2015.
That sound right?
No.
Okay. To what address did you take the television set? To what address did you take the television set? You know the address.
It would have been in the Powderhorn community in Minneapolis.
My tiny house.
When did you move from there?
It was August of 2015.
Got it?
Yes.
So it was 2015 that you brought the television set to her house?
Correct.
Better. And in what month and year did you ask her for the television back?
I asked her back for the television in July of 2016.
Why was that so difficult for you to tell me?
It was a little bit of confusion.
Well, that's no confusion. If you insisted that it was June of 2016 and you asked for it back a month later, well, that sounds to me as if it was perhaps a loan for some reason, which we'll get into. If she had the television for over a year, it may suggest something else. Do you understand? So let's try to give me answers that are truthful rather than those that create a story for you.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, in what month and year did you purchase this television set?
The television set was purchased back in August of 2011.
So now the television in August of July or August of 2016 would have been 5+ years old.
Correct.
And tell me what kind of television this was.
It was a Philips Eco 32 LED.
And do you have a receipt for that television?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to take a look at it.
And then that is the credit card statement in which I purchased the TV.
No, I just want to see receipt for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you purchased this, according to this receipt, for $389, and when you brought it over to her house, it was 4 years old.
Yes.
Now, where were you living at the time?
I was living at my parents'.
And where was this television?
The television was at my home. When I was staying with them, I had purchased another TV, so it was an extra spare TV.
And your parents had their own TV?
Yes.
So this was one that you were not using?
Right. It was
one that you were not using?
Correct.
You upgraded. Now, I want you to tell me the circumstance, because now you want the TV back. I had a kerfuffle. I'm not interested in an awful lot here. This is the main thing that creates this lawsuit. So, according to you, she asked to borrow it.
Yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding her asking to borrow the TV.
The circumstances were that she could, being the friend that she was, You're
making up a story now because I can tell. That's my gift.
Okay.
That's my gift.
All right.
It's all going over here.
All right, she asked to borrow the TV, and which I agreed upon. When I asked for it back, though, I expected it to be returned.
Even you don't believe that. I said, what were the circumstances? You know I have friends. And sometimes if I go to their house, I'll bring a bottle of rosé. I'll bring a bundt cake. But I actually have never brought over a TV. Is this your former husband?
Yes.
With regard to, and then I'll get to both of your cases because I have complaints and a countersuit for exactly the same thing. That each of you allege, the mother-in-law and the former daughter-in-law allege that the other has harassed them, caused them to spend money for legal fees, yada, yada, yada. All ridiculousness. So, but I want to get some of the background. So you live together for a long time. You have an 8-year-old child. How many grandchildren does Miss Renante have?
Grandchildren, I believe 2.
You have this granddaughter. This
Correct.
is a granddaughter. And where is your other grandchild?
She lives in Georgia.
And you live?
Here in Southern California.
And Miss Paredes lives in Southern California?
Correct.
Right. So this is the only grandchild that's near you?
Correct.
Did you have a settlement agreement in your divorce decree, or was this a case tried with regard to custody and visitation and support?
Well, we went to court a few times, but in the end, we agreed.
Okay, what did you agree to with regard to custody?
We finally agreed to 50-50 on legal and physical custody.
And how does that work with an 8-year-old in school? Do you live close by to each other?
Kind of, maybe like 12 miles apart. As far as school, from my understanding, they're late a lot.
No, not.
So
that's not what I asked you.
Oh, okay.
How is the week divided?
Oh, I see. It's 1 week on, 1 week off.
And when your daughter is with her father, does her father live with his mother?
Yes.
I live with my son. I moved into his house. I live with him.
You live together?
Correct.
Fine. So you have 3 minutes to tell me what the problem is and why you think you have a lawsuit.
2015, she brought me to court, filed the TRO, was granted the restraining order for both sides to stay away from each other.
Okay, so just a second. So she brought you to court on a restraining order.
Yes.
She made an application for a temporary restraining order.
Yes.
Is that correct? And you were served with a temporary restraining order?
Not served necessarily. I was told through my son's lawyer that I was being served.
What were the allegations in that application for an order of protection?
She claimed I threatened to stab her in the back with a knife.
And was that case tried or settled?
Well, it wasn't tried. I think it
was
was
a final protective order granted?
Yes, for 3 years.
And were they mutual protective orders?
Yes.
Okay, so after she filed an application for a protective order, did you file an application for a protective order?
No, because the order was a joint order.
No. Wasn't a joint order. She went first.
Correct.
She filed an application alleging that you threatened her.
Alleging.
Then either one of two things happen. Either you filed for a protective order and both those cases are joined together, or when you go to court because the judge is maybe a little bit lazy, maybe one person has a lawyer and says, listen, we don't have to try this. Why don't you both just agree not to annoy or harass each other for 3 years, and then we can save ourselves a lot of time and a lot of expense. So either one of two things happened. Either you filed for a protective order after she served you in 2015. Did you do that?
I did not know.
Well, then if you did not, then what happened is the second thing happened on my menu, which was maybe judge is a little bit lazy. Did you have a lawyer?
Yes.
And did her lawyer speak to you?
No, he spoke to my lawyer.
So you both had lawyers?
I had a family lawyer because it was her son's family lawyer, and they already knew each other. So that's how, with our custody case, so that's how they spoke to each other. So my lawyer, my family lawyer, had to get involved in this case because of that.
Well, didn't have to because of that, because you weren't a defendant or a respondent in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Only she was.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought your lawyer with you, and the two lawyers talked to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Did the two lawyers also talk to the judge?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Right. So mutual protective orders were granted?
Yes.
Great. Even though no case had been filed against you?
No.
So I still don't hear a lawsuit.
I have not talked to this woman since 2009. So the allegation that she put that I stabbed her in the back was something that I said.
Mr. Renante, let me explain something to you. You had a lawyer.
Correct.
If you wanted to fight that order of protection, listen to me carefully. If you wanted to fight that order of protection, you should have said to your lawyer, I want a trial.
Okay.
Not say, I consent to an order of protection.
But it wasn't really about that. It was about my granddaughter. She filed the restraining order against both me and my son separate, had 2 separate judges sign it, and he couldn't have my daughter in visitation because I lived in the house with him. So I went to court to fight the visitation. She wouldn't allow her daughter in his house because I lived with him, for him to see his daughter unless I wasn't there. But since I lived there, how's that going to happen?
What's your last name?
Renonce, ma'am.
Stand up next to your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
She's too involved in your business.
No, I'm not. She drags me into the business.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't ask you a question. She's too involved in your business.
Yes.
I've been doing this business for 50 years. I met her 5 minutes ago, and I'm telling you, she's a nice lady, and you don't look like a bad guy. You're quiet. You don't look like a bad guy. She's too involved in your business.
What?
You created that. You created it because you needed help when your daughter was spending her week with you.
Negative.
I assume.
Negative. I moved my parents in 2 years ago with me because both my grandparents passed away and they were struggling. My dad had a stroke and he lost his job, so I took them in and I've been supporting them for the last 2 years.
If I were you, I would put my foot down and say, don't get involved with my business. You worked out a settlement with your former wife?
Yes.
With regard to custody?
Yes.
Is he a good father?
Yes.
See what she said?
Yes.
That was right up front. No, he did this, he did. Does he love his daughter?
Oh, yes.
Is she a good mother?
Yes.
She love her daughter?
Yes.
That's the trouble. That's the trouble. And you're going to have a problem as long as she lives with you. I assume that the protective... Trust me. I've been doing it
we get along good.
I've been doing it a long time. She's a pot stirrer.
No, I do not.
She's a pot stirrer. Do you work?
I go to school full time.
Who supports the household?
I do.
Doing what?
I'm a vet, so I get GI Bill benefits and disability benefits from the VA. So.
Do you work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a supervisor for a Vasey Medical Group.
Do either one of you pay child support?
Not anymore, no.
No.
Good.
We agreed not to.
Well, he's perfectly capable. The fact that he wants to go to school and he has an 8-year-old child, that's fine as long as he takes care of her half the time and you take care of her half the time. That's fine. What else?
At the end of September, 911 called my son. I was with my son. We were out in the car against Joanne. She had locked herself into the bathroom, my granddaughter, fearing for her life. We went to the police station, and I go, there's court orders that says I can attend school functions peaceably. And so I showed up with my son at the police station to support him and to tell my granddaughter I would be there. And she said, I have a restraining order, can you get rid of her?
Absolutely
so I was
right.
asked to, and I get that. I
Absolutely
understand, and I
right.
knew that was going to happen. But the other cases are September 16th was her birthday. It was his day to have her. She shows up and expects me to stay away while she shows up on his week. Thanksgiving, she did it again. She sent a text message saying, your mom better not be there because I'm going to be there. My granddaughter was in a choir for Thanksgiving at her church.
Which is my church.
Yeah, I just said your church.
Right.
And
Renate,
so we showed up.
You got the drill?
Yeah.
Do you understand the drill?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to be there for my daughter, my granddaughter.
I want to tell you something. Grandparents in this country do not have rights to see their grandchildren. Now, I used to think that that was an absolutely ridiculous law, unless either parent was considered unfit to take care of them. In this country, in most jurisdictions, the parent has the right to say, this is a person who I think is good for you to be around or not. And if it's not good for you to be around a grandparent, for whatever reason, either because they're a pot stirrer.
Not a pot stirrer. Her daughter comes
let
to
me tell you something, Miss
she
Ferrante.
can talk to me and not talk to her mother. She feels comfortable talking to me. She talks to me. She doesn't talk to her mom. I'm not a pot stirrer. I stay out of stuff.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Do you understand it? And it may have to reach a point where you say to your mother and your father, is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
You have to find someplace else to live.
We're working
I'll help
on that,
you.
Your
I'll
Honor.
help you, but you have to find someplace else to live. You can't be involved with my business, with my ex-wife and my daughter. My ex-wife and I seem to get along just fine unless you're involved in the business.
Don't get
Your case
along.
is dismissed. Goodbye.
Don't get
We're done. The accident happened, Ms. Terrazone, on what date?
April 25th of this year, 6:30 p.m.
What kind of car were you driving?
2001 Jetta Volkswagen, black,
When had you purchased it?
around 2008.
And at the time of the accident, did you have full coverage, and with what company?
I did not have full coverage.
Did you
I had
did you have liability?
Yes, liability coverage.
With what company?
USAA.
And what kind of car were you driving, Miss Salazar?
A 2003 Chevy Tahoe,
When had you purchased it?
approximately 6 months previous to the accident.
How much did you pay for it?
$2,500?
Was that the total cost of it?
Yes.
Did you pay for it in cash?
Yes.
At the time of the accident, did you have liability coverage?
I did not. My insurance had lapsed the day before.
Which is why we're here. Because if your insurance hadn't lapsed, your insurance would have taken care of.
Correct.
the money.
My policy was being rewritten and the...
Whatever. But if your policy wasn't being rewritten, we wouldn't be here today because your insurance would have covered the accident and would have paid for her damage. Is that correct?
Probably.
Probably.
They might have found fault with her, though.
Probably not. You want to tell me what happened?
Yes, I was out of my commute from work.
Show me where.
In this diagram here, I was turning left here, and I had a green light. She was in the next lane next to me, right here. She had a red light. So she was at a complete stop. I had the right of way. I was turning left, and she bolted right in front of me, giving me no reaction time to brake, and we hit right on the side here, not bumper to bumper, but to the side. So my right...
So she was going around you?
She was cutting right in front of me to make the green light.
No, ma'am. I was already in the left-hand lane when she came up behind me.
If you were already in the left-hand lane, then...
Just a second. Just a second.
Okay, the plaintiff's witness was not in this location. She was actually in front of my vehicle. She's in a small vehicle.
Why don't you tell me where your car was?
Okay, I was in this lane already. There's an island that comes out right here. I was in this lane right here. She was not behind me. The witness was in front of me, and I was here. I had the green. As I approached the arrow, it turned yellow. I decided to wait for the next light, and all of a sudden, she slammed into the back of me.
Okay.
It was not in the back of me.
I'm going to dismiss your case if you do it again. Do you understand?
Yes.
PW, plaintiff's witness. You were in a different car.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your last name.
Goss.
Had you ever met Miss Terrazone before April 25th?
No, I did not.
And you don't know the defendant?
I don't know any of them.
You got involved because you witnessed the accident?
I was right there, yes.
You want to tell me who's telling me the truth?
Yes. Your Honor, I am the yellow vehicle, and the defendant is the blue vehicle. I was
She's lying.
behind
She
her.
was in front of me.
I don't want you to speak. Somebody who drives around without insurance doesn't speak.
I have insurance right now, ma'am. I had one day with no insurance.
Just a second. Do you know how many cases that I do with people who went one day without insurance and just happened to get into an accident that one day? We cover an entire sweeps period in November with people who just had a lapsed policy. It was being rewritten. The stamp fell off the envelope. All kinds of other things. So let's be quiet. And how many months' rent did you pay?
I don't owe him anything.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's why we're here. So don't cop an attitude.
I don't have an attitude with you.
Don't cop an attitude. I asked you a question. I said, how many months' rent did you pay him?
I paid him, I think, all his rent.
I don't know what you think, because we'll go through each month. You signed the lease in August. Was the lease supposed to start in September? Or August? Or October? When was it supposed to start?
I believe it started
Can
in
I see
August.
the lease?
Yes, ma'am. I have the lease right here. I also have a schedule of the payments that she made to me as well.
Started September 1st. I'm going to show this to you, Ms. Rice, because this is what Mr. Thorpe says that you paid him and the months that you paid him.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this starts in August 28th, 2015. He says on August 28th, 2015, you paid him $525.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any deposits for October, November. You do have one in December for $525, so you didn't pay those 2 months. Do you have any proof that you paid those 2 months?
No, but when we signed the lease in August, the 28th, that was just early for September.
I got it.
And then, according to text messages, I did give him the rent for October because Mr. John is one of them type of people. He keep you informed
Well, just a
all
second.
the way through.
Just show me that you gave him rent in October.
I don't have a receipt.
Show me the text message.
He should have had a deposit on the 9th of October. It says the money was deposited into your account. Thanks.
Just a second. That's your message to him.
Yes, I told.
Where's his message to you? Because he's asking for his money on the 9th. You say to him, I deposited the money.
Yes.
Where does he say, oh, fine, I got it?
He never responds
Then
like
what
that.
you have to do, madam, the fact that you say I deposited the money, even though it was 9 days late, I deposited the money in your bank. Show me an acknowledgement or show me something from your bank. I don't need a receipt. You have a bank.
No, I didn't have a bank account at that time.
How did you deposit the money in his bank?
Because I
How
had his
did you-
account. I had his account number.
And then you get a receipt.
And then I got
Just
a
a second.
receipt.
Then you
but
get-
then in the process of mismanagement, I lost the receipt.
Well, that's
but
too-
I always
that's too
send a
bad.
text message to him and let him know when
Just
I
a s-
deposited the money.
I don't care. I mean, your text message, because
It's
he's
fine.
asking you where my rent is, and you say, I dropped it in the mail.
No, I didn't.
And then I
drop it
lost
in
my
the mail.
receipt. Okay, October, November, you don't have. December, he says you paid $525. The next time he got a partial payment of $200, January 20th. Then he got another partial payment of $75 on February 1st. However, on February 5th, he got $800.
Yes.
So on February 5th, and then on February 24th, he got another $400. So I'm going to take October off because she paid twice in February, right? But she didn't pay in January, the full January. So she owes $325 for January, $525 for November. And then she didn't pay anything in March, but on April 8th, she paid $475. So nothing in March. You have any proof that you paid in March? No. By March, was your rent $450 or was it still?
Because I paid in March.
No, you didn't pay in March. You didn't pay
Yes,
in March.
like right here.
Well, show me where he acknowledges that you paid in March. The fact that you say you paid in March, checks in the mail, doesn't mean he got it. Just tell me.
It wasn't in the mail. Like
No,
I paid him $400 on the 24th of February. That was March payment. That was for March. I paid him up. I paid him ahead of time because it was income tax time. Because John
You
is one
owed
of them
him-
type of.
listen to me,
I don't
you-
owe him anything.
You owed him money from January.
I
You only
don't
paid-
owe him money from January.
Yeah, you did. You
no,
owe-
I don't, because the $800 in February covered January and February.
And
That's
what about
where
March?
it came from.
Just a second, you just told me.
And then the other payment, the $400 covered March. That's how the payment got back down to $475, $450, and $25 for the late fee, according to his own text messages.
Just a second.
I don't got time for this get rich quick scheme he got going on.